What if today was the day your life changed forever? What if you finally discovered the secret to lasting, unshakable happiness? Are you tired of chasing fleeting moments of joy, only to be left feeling empty again? Have you wondered why so many people seem happy on the outside but feel lost within? And most importantly, are you ready to learn what real happiness feels like? Today, you're not just watching a video, you're stepping into a new chapter of your life, a chapter where you'll uncover the ancient wisdom that has guided countless people to true contentment. The Stoics knew something that many of us have forgotten. Happiness doesn't come from what you have or what happens to you. It comes from mastering your mind, your emotions, and your perspective on life. This isn't surface-level happiness. This is the deep, meaningful and lasting kind that makes you feel alive, even in the face of challenges. By the end of this guide, you'll walk away with the tools to reshape how you see the world and how you live in it. Are you ready to take control of your happiness once and for all? Let's begin. What if I told you that the biggest obstacle to your happiness isn't the challenges life throws at you, but the voice in your head whispering, "You're not enough"? Doubt is like an invisible chain, holding you back from taking the steps toward the life you deserve. It's subtle, persistent, and all too familiar. But here's the good news. Doubt is not your enemy. It's a teacher. And today, you're going to learn how to face it, challenge it, and turn it into the fuel that drives your growth. Let's start with the foundation of true happiness: belief in yourself. Doubt is a master of disguise. It can appear as hesitation, overthinking, or the fear of failure. But beneath all its forms lies the same root cause: a lack of self-belief. The Stoics, however, had a revolutionary way of addressing doubt. They didn't run from it. They faced it head-on, transforming it into a catalyst for self-discovery and growth. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers and leaders, ruled an empire while grappling with self-doubt. His secret? He viewed doubt not as a verdict on his abilities, but as a question to be answered. Is this thought useful? Does it serve me? This perspective turns doubt from a roadblock into a compass, guiding you toward areas where you can grow. When you feel the pang of doubt, whether it's about starting a new project, pursuing a dream, or speaking up, pause and ask yourself, is this doubt protecting me from harm, or is it simply a fear of the unknown? This small shift in perspective transforms doubt from an enemy into a tool for self-awareness. The Stoics believed that our thoughts shape our reality. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Self-doubt often stems from deeply ingrained stories we tell ourselves, "I'm not smart enough," "I'll fail," or "I'm not ready." Challenge these thoughts by questioning their validity. For instance, if doubt whispers, "You're not experienced enough for this opportunity," counter it with facts. "I've succeeded in learning new things before. I am capable of growing into this role." Write these counter-arguments down. Over time, this practice rewires your mind to focus on strengths rather than perceived shortcomings. Self-belief isn't built overnight. It's a muscle that grows with practice. Start small. Set achievable goals, no matter how trivial they may seem, and celebrate when you accomplish them. Whether it's waking up earlier, completing a workout, or finally tackling that task you've been procrastinating, every win reinforces your ability to succeed. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." By focusing on what you can control, your efforts and mindset, you gradually silence the voice of doubt. Take a page from the Stoics' playbook and practice visualization. They often engaged in premeditatio malorum, imagining potential challenges to prepare themselves mentally. You can flip this concept to envision your success. Picture yourself overcoming obstacles, achieving your goals, and living with confidence. This exercise not only calms your doubts, but also strengthens your resolve to take action. Believing in yourself ultimately comes down to trust. Trust is earned through consistent action. Every time you show up for yourself, whether by following through on commitments or facing your fears, you build that trust. Over time, this trust becomes unshakable and doubt loses its grip. Doubt may never disappear completely, but that's okay. The goal isn't to eliminate it, it's to rise above it. By managing doubt with a Stoic mindset, you transform it from a barrier into a stepping stone. You become not just resilient, but unstoppable. Lesson 2. Reflect on your life. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself, am I truly living the life I want? Reflection isn't just about looking back, it's about recalibrating your path and ensuring every step you take aligns with your values and dreams. The Stoics were masters of reflection, using it as a tool for growth and self-awareness. Seneca advised, "Life is long if you know how to use it," emphasizing the importance of examining how we spend our time. To start, set aside moments of stillness, whether it's 5 minutes during your morning coffee or a quiet evening walk. Ask yourself questions like, what am I proud of today? What could I have done better? Does my current path align with my deeper aspirations? These questions don't demand immediate answers, but invite honest exploration. Imagine your life as a book. Are you proud of the story being written, or does it feel like you're living someone else's narrative? If your days are filled with actions that don't resonate with your values, it's time to make adjustments. Maybe you've been prioritizing work over family or chasing external validation instead of personal fulfillment. Reflection gives you the clarity to identify these gaps. The Stoics practiced premeditatio, a form of forethought, to anticipate challenges and evaluate their readiness. Similarly, consider reflecting not only on your past, but also on the future. Picture where you want to be in a year, 5 years, or even a decade. Are your daily choices leading you there? Keep a journal to capture your thoughts and observations. Writing clarifies what reflection reveals, making it easier to spot patterns and areas for improvement. Over time, you'll notice recurring themes, things you value, goals you've neglected, or habits that hinder your progress. Remember, reflection isn't about judgment, it's about awareness. With awareness comes the power to choose better. By taking stock of your life, you can realign your actions with your true self and step into a life of purpose and authenticity. Lesson 3. Focus on what you can control. Life is full of unpredictability, delayed flights, changing plans, and unforeseen challenges. But here's the key. While you can't control what happens, you can control how you respond. The Stoics believed this principle was foundational to a happy life. Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Focusing on what you can control starts with identifying your circle of influence. This includes your actions, thoughts, attitudes, and decisions. Beyond that circle lies everything outside your control: other people's opinions, the weather, and random events. Wasting energy on the latter only leads to frustration and stress. Imagine you're stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. You can't change the traffic, but you can control your response. Instead of stressing, use the time to listen to a podcast, practice deep breathing, or mentally prepare for your meeting. This small shift in focus can turn an otherwise frustrating experience into a productive one. The Stoics viewed obstacles as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you encounter difficulties, ask yourself, what can I do right now to move forward? Even a small step, like adjusting your plan or seeking help, puts the focus back on your influence. Cultivate mindfulness to reinforce this practice. When faced with challenges, pause and reflect. Is this within my control? If it is, take action. If it's not, let it go. This doesn't mean apathy, but rather strategic detachment from what doesn't serve your growth. By focusing on what you can control, you reclaim your energy and clarity. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become an active creator of your life. This mindset doesn't just reduce stress, it empowers you to navigate life with resilience and purpose. Lesson 4. Be kind to others. Kindness is a powerful force that transforms not only the lives of others, but also your own. It's not about grand, world-changing gestures, but the small, consistent acts that ripple outwards, creating positivity and connection. The Stoics understood this deeply, with Seneca reminding us, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Kindness can take many forms: a genuine smile, holding the door for someone, or offering a listening ear. These actions might seem small, but their impact is immeasurable. A simple act of kindness can brighten someone's day, foster goodwill, and even inspire others to pay it forward. But what's in it for you? Practicing kindness enhances your own happiness and well-being. Studies in modern psychology align with Stoic wisdom, showing that acts of kindness release endorphins, reduce stress, and strengthen social bonds. When you focus on lifting others, you shift your attention away from your own worries, cultivating a sense of purpose and interconnectedness. To make kindness a daily practice, start small. Compliment a colleague, send a heartfelt message to a friend, or volunteer a bit of your time to a cause you care about. Even when dealing with difficult people, choose compassion over conflict. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. But I cannot be harmed by them unless I allow it." Kindness is a reflection of your strength, not their behavior. Ultimately, kindness enriches your life by fostering a compassionate mindset and meaningful connections. Each kind act is a step toward a more fulfilling, harmonious existence, proof that happiness grows when shared. Lesson 5. Do less better. In today's fast-paced world, it's tempting to juggle 1,000 tasks, trying to do everything at once. But the Stoics taught us the value of focus and deliberate action. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Concentrate every minute like a Roman on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness." This isn't about doing more, it's about doing what truly matters better. The principle of do less better starts with identifying your priorities. What tasks or goals align with your values? What brings you closer to your aspirations? Once you identify these, let go of the noise, the unnecessary tasks and distractions that dilute your energy. Consider a sculptor chiseling a block of marble. They don't hack away randomly. They remove only what doesn't contribute to the final masterpiece. Similarly, your life becomes richer when you remove the non-essential, focusing your time and energy on what truly counts. By narrowing your focus, you achieve greater depth and satisfaction in your work. Instead of spreading yourself thin across multiple projects, you can pour your full attention into a few, creating higher quality outcomes. This approach not only enhances your efficiency, but also reduces stress and overwhelm. To practice this, start by decluttering your to-do list. For each task, ask, does this align with my goals? Does it contribute meaningfully to my life? If the answer is no, delegate it, defer it, or drop it entirely. Then, for the remaining tasks, give them your undivided attention. Turn off distractions, set clear intentions, and commit to doing them with excellence. The result is not just improved productivity, but a profound sense of accomplishment. By doing less, better, you create space for what matters most, whether it's meaningful work, quality time with loved ones, or simply enjoying the present moment. This deliberate approach fosters clarity, purpose, and, ultimately, a happier life. Lesson 6. Be grateful. Gratitude is a transformative practice that shifts your perspective from what you lack to the abundance already present in your life. The Stoics, particularly Seneca and Epictetus, emphasized gratitude as a cornerstone of inner peace and contentment. Epictetus said, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This mindset is not just philosophical, it's profoundly practical. Gratitude helps to rewire your brain for positivity. When you focus on what you have instead of what's missing, you reduce feelings of envy, stress, and dissatisfaction. Even in challenging times, gratitude allows you to find meaning and maintain a sense of stability. A warm meal, a supportive friend, or even the beauty of a sunrise can serve as reminders of life's richness. To cultivate gratitude, start a daily or weekly habit. Write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Over time, this simple exercise can build a reservoir of positive memories and reinforce your focus on life's blessings. When faced with setbacks, reflect on the hidden opportunities they might offer. The Stoics taught that even difficulties could be seen as gifts, pushing us toward growth and resilience. Another way to practice gratitude is to express it openly. Thank the people who make a difference in your life, whether it's a heartfelt conversation or a simple note of appreciation. Acknowledging others not only strengthens your relationships, but also reinforces your awareness of the support and love around you. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring hardships or pretending everything is perfect. Instead, it's about embracing the good amidst the challenges, creating a sense of abundance in your mind and heart. When you lead with gratitude, you open the door to a deeper, more fulfilling happiness. Lesson 7. Stop seeking external approval. Chasing external validation is like running on a treadmill. You expend energy, but you never truly arrive. Stoicism teaches us to turn inward for approval, focusing on our own values and achievements rather than seeking constant affirmation from others. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own." External approval is fleeting and often dependent on factors beyond your control. Relying on it can make you feel vulnerable and disconnected from your authentic self. Instead, cultivate self-validation by recognizing your worth and accomplishments. Take stock of your efforts, however small, and acknowledge the progress you're making toward your goals. Start by identifying your values and aligning your actions with them. When you live in accordance with your principles, you create an internal compass that guides your decisions and gives you a sense of integrity. This alignment builds confidence and reduces the need for external affirmation. Practice self-reflection regularly. When you achieve something, take a moment to celebrate it privately. Ask yourself, am I proud of this? Does it align with who I want to be? By focusing on your internal standards, you shift the source of your validation from external noise to your own sense of purpose. Let go of the fear of criticism or rejection. Remember, others' opinions are often reflections of their own insecurities and perspectives. You cannot control how people perceive you, but you can control how much weight you give their opinions. Epictetus reminded us, if you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. True confidence and happiness come from within. By prioritizing your own approval, you free yourself from the exhausting chase for external validation and open the door to a life of authenticity and self-respect. Lesson 8. Challenge yourself. Life's most profound growth happens outside the comfort zone. Embracing challenges is not merely about enduring difficulties, but about actively seeking opportunities that push your limits. Stoicism teaches us that obstacles are not roadblocks, but stepping stones. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Challenges test your resilience, discipline, and creativity, but more importantly, they reveal your untapped potential. Setting goals that push your boundaries not only helps you achieve more, but also transforms your mindset. It's not about perfection or immediate success. It's about the process of striving and improving. Every small victory builds confidence and fosters a sense of accomplishment. Begin by identifying areas in your life where you've grown complacent. Ask yourself, what's one thing I've always wanted to try but avoided because it seemed too difficult? Whether it's learning a new skill, pursuing a fitness goal, or tackling a fear, choose something meaningful that excites and intimidates you in equal measure. Break your challenge into manageable steps. Growth is gradual, and tackling overwhelming goals all at once can lead to frustration. Focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate small wins along the way, as they provide the momentum to keep going. Remember, challenges are not solitary endeavors. Seek support from like-minded individuals who encourage and inspire you. Sharing your journey fosters accountability and builds a network of people who cheer for your success. Finally, shift your perspective on failure. Instead of fearing setbacks, embrace them as essential components of growth. Each misstep teaches valuable lessons that propel you closer to your goals. By consistently challenging yourself, you cultivate resilience, self-discipline, and the unshakable belief that you are capable of far more than you imagined. Lesson 9. Laugh more. Laughter is a universal remedy for life's difficulties. It lightens burdens, strengthens relationships, and offers a fresh perspective on challenging situations. The Stoics, known for their disciplined approach to life, understood the value of humor in maintaining balance and composure. As Epictetus observed, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Humor helps us react to adversity with grace and resilience. When you laugh, you activate your brain's reward system, releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine and endorphins. This not only lifts your mood, but also reduces stress and anxiety. Humor acts as a mental reset, allowing you to step back from a situation and view it from a less emotionally charged perspective. Incorporating humor into daily life doesn't require being a stand-up comedian. Start by finding the lighter side of mundane challenges. Stuck in traffic? Imagine you're in a real-life video game, dodging slow cars instead of obstacles. Spilled your coffee? Picture it as the universe's quirky way of reminding you to slow down. Surround yourself with people who make you laugh. Whether it's sharing a funny story or watching a comedy show, moments of shared laughter create bonds and remind you of the joy in life. Seek opportunities to brighten someone else's day with a joke or a playful comment. It's a simple way to spread positivity and build connections. Humor doesn't mean dismissing serious issues. It's about finding balance. Life will always present challenges, but laughing at its absurdities disarms negativity and fosters resilience. By embracing humor, you cultivate a mindset that sees not just the hardships, but also the beauty and comedy in life's imperfections. After all, a good laugh is not just a momentary escape. It's a timeless tool for enduring and thriving. Lesson 10. Love your fate. Embracing life's unpredictability is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, captured in the Latin phrase amor fati, or love your fate. This idea challenges us to not only accept what happens to us, but to actively embrace it, seeing every experience, whether joyous or painful, as an essential part of our growth and journey. Life is full of twists, turns, and unforeseen events. Plans go awry, people let us down, and challenges arise when we least expect them. While it's natural to feel frustration or disappointment, the Stoics teach us that our power lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in choosing our response to them. As Marcus Aurelius said, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." This is the essence of loving your fate, transforming every event into an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Start by reframing challenges. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Every setback carries the seeds of growth. A lost job might lead to discovering a new career path. A broken relationship might teach you the importance of self-love and boundaries. When you see life's difficulties as teachers, you shift from victimhood to empowerment. Practicing gratitude for all experiences is another step toward loving your fate. Even in hardship, there's something to appreciate, whether it's the strength you're building, the wisdom you're gaining, or simply the realization that you've survived tougher moments before. Gratitude helps you recognize that life isn't happening to you, it's happening for you. Finally, embrace the unknown with curiosity and grace. Life's unpredictability can feel daunting, but it's also what makes it beautiful. Imagine reading a novel where you already know the ending. It would lose its charm. The same applies to life. Uncertainty keeps us engaged, curious, and alive. Loving your fate doesn't mean passivity or complacency. It's not about resigning yourself to misfortune, but about finding meaning and purpose in everything life throws your way. By choosing to see every moment, good or bad, as a part of your unique story, you cultivate a mindset of resilience, gratitude, and fulfillment. Amor Fati transforms life from a series of random events into a masterpiece of growth and self-discovery. Have you ever felt so angry that you couldn't control yourself? Does a single comment or glance have the power to ruin your day? In our fast-paced, high-pressure world, It's all too easy to get swept away by anger, frustration, or hurt. But is there a way to remain calm and unshaken? Can we truly live a life free from the emotional grip of others? The Stoics, ancient philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, faced unimaginable challenges, yet they mastered the art of staying composed and grounded. Their timeless wisdom isn't just philosophy. It's a toolkit for navigating life with peace and resilience. Today, we'll uncover 7 practical methods rooted in Stoicism that will teach you how to take control of your emotions and protect your inner peace. These lessons aren't just for reflection, they're meant for action. Even applying just one can shift how you experience the world, starting right now. This isn't about ignoring life's challenges or suppressing your feelings. It's about discovering a profound inner strength that allows you to face life head-on without letting it control you. Stay focused, because what you're about to learn could change the way you live forever. Let's dive into this transformative journey. 1. Embrace willingness in life. Life is unpredictable. Sometimes it unfolds in ways that challenge our patience, plans, and even our core beliefs. But what if, instead of resisting, you could flow with it? Embracing willingness in life is about accepting situations as they are, not as we wish them to be. This doesn't mean you have to enjoy every hardship, but rather face them without resistance. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, wrote, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This acceptance isn't about passive submission. It's about recognizing that resistance only creates suffering. By facing life willingly, you reclaim your energy and peace of mind. Consider a mundane example: washing dishes. Approaching the task reluctantly makes every plate a burden. But if you shift your perspective, seeing it as a chance to reflect or express gratitude for the food you ate, the task becomes lighter. This simple shift applies to much larger challenges as well. Take traffic jams, for instance. If you let frustration build, you only hurt yourself. But if you see the time as an opportunity to listen to a podcast or reflect on your day, you transform the situation into a moment of growth. Epictetus captured this perfectly when he said, "Do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do, and your life will go well." Willingness isn't about giving up. It's about shifting your mindset. When you stop fighting life's currents, you gain freedom and clarity. Start small. Embrace minor inconveniences with grace. Over time, this practice will lead to a profound sense of inner peace, even amidst life's storms. 2. Stop judging others. Judgment is a heavy burden we unknowingly carry. We judge people for being too slow, too loud, or too different from us. But what if letting go of judgment could free you from unnecessary negativity and deepen your empathy? The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius said, "You always own the option of having no opinion." This doesn't mean ignoring what's right or wrong, but choosing not to attach unnecessary emotional weight to others' actions. When you judge someone, you place them and yourself inside a box. You create a barrier that blocks understanding and fuels frustration. Imagine driving behind someone going slower than you'd like. Your first thought might be, "They're so inconsiderate." But what if they're being cautious because of a child in the car or unfamiliarity with the area? By reframing your judgment, you reduce your own irritation and make room for compassion. Judgment is often rooted in our own expectations. When people don't act as we think they should, we label them as wrong. But remember, everyone has their own battles and perspectives. Seneca wisely noted, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Letting go of judgment doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior. It means refusing to let others' actions dictate your emotions. For example, if a colleague is consistently late, instead of labeling them as lazy, consider what struggles they might be facing. This perspective protects your peace while fostering empathy. To practice non-judgment, start by catching yourself when you're critical of others. Pause and ask, is this thought necessary? Does it help me or them? Then shift your focus. Imagine what might have led to their behavior. This habit not only lightens your emotional load, but also strengthens your ability to connect with others. When you stop judging, you free yourself. You cultivate a mindset of understanding, compassion, and peace, a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. 3. Let go of control. Life is full of things beyond our control, other people's opinions, the weather, or unexpected changes in plans. The more we try to micromanage these aspects, the more frustration and stress we invite into our lives. Stoicism offers a liberating principle. Focus on what you can control and let go of the rest. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This wisdom reminds us that while we cannot dictate external events, we can always choose our response. Imagine driving during rush hour. You can't control the traffic, but you can decide how to spend that time, whether fuming in frustration or enjoying a podcast. Holding on to control is like trying to stop the wind. It's exhausting and fruitless. Instead, channel your energy into areas you can influence, such as your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. For instance, if your plans are disrupted, instead of lamenting the situation, ask yourself, what can I do now to make the most of this moment? Letting go of control doesn't mean giving up. It means directing your efforts where they matter most. A parent can't guarantee their child's success, but they can guide, support, and nurture them. An entrepreneur can't control the market but can innovate and adapt to its demands. To practice this principle, start with small steps. Each morning, identify what's within your control, your schedule, your mindset, or your effort. When faced with challenges, pause and ask, is this worth my energy? Can I influence this? If the answer is no, choose to let it go. Letting go of control isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It frees you from unnecessary stress and empowers you to focus on what truly matters. With practice, this mindset can transform not only your approach to challenges, but also your overall sense of peace and fulfillment. 4. Embrace imperfection. The world is inherently flawed. People make mistakes, circumstances fall short of expectations, and life often unfolds unpredictably. Yet much of our frustration comes from expecting perfection from others, ourselves, and the world around us. Stoicism teaches us to accept imperfection as a natural part of life, freeing us from disappointment and frustration. Marcus Aurelius advised, begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness. This isn't pessimism, it's preparation. By anticipating imperfection, you shield yourself from being caught off guard when it inevitably arises. Consider relationships, for example. We often expect our loved ones to understand our needs perfectly. But even those who care deeply for us can't always read our minds. Instead of becoming upset, ask yourself, have I communicated my feelings clearly? Accepting others' limitations fosters empathy and deeper connections. Perfectionism also traps us in self-criticism. When we fail to meet our own high standards, we spiral into frustration. Instead, practice self-compassion. Recognize that mistakes are opportunities to learn and grow, not indicators of failure. Imagine preparing a presentation only to have a technical glitch disrupt your flow. You could waste energy blaming the situation or focus on adapting in the moment. By embracing imperfection, you maintain your composure and find creative solutions. To adopt this mindset, start by acknowledging that imperfection is everywhere. Pause when you feel frustration and remind yourself that flaws are part of the human experience. Focus on what you can do to move forward rather than fixating on what went wrong. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be meaningful. By embracing imperfection, you not only reduce unnecessary stress, but also open yourself to the beauty in life's unpredictability. This practice allows you to live with grace, resilience, and a deeper sense of peace. 5. Take responsibility for your feelings. Your emotions are your own. This fundamental truth, emphasized in Stoicism, is the key to emotional freedom. While external events may trigger a response, the way you choose to feel and react is entirely up to you. Marcus Aurelius famously wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Consider this. A stranger cuts in front of you in a long line. Instinctively, irritation flares up. You might think, they disrespected me. But pause for a moment and ask, does their action truly harm me, or am I allowing it to disturb my peace? The stranger's behavior may be thoughtless, but your emotional reaction is within your control. By choosing to let it go, you preserve your tranquility. Taking responsibility for your feelings doesn't mean suppressing them. It means acknowledging them and deciding how to respond. In practice, this begins with mindfulness. When you feel upset or angry, pause and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is this reaction helping me or hurting me? What's a more constructive response? For instance, imagine receiving harsh criticism at work. Instead of letting anger or hurt consume you, analyze the feedback objectively. Is there truth in it that can help you grow? If not, you can dismiss it without letting it linger in your mind. Another powerful tool is journaling. Reflect on your emotions at the end of each day. What triggered them? How did you respond? Could you have handled it differently? Over time, this practice builds emotional awareness and resilience. When you take responsibility for your feelings, you reclaim power over your inner world. No longer are you at the mercy of others' words or actions. Instead, you become the master of your emotions, choosing responses that align with your values and maintaining your peace in any situation. 6. Practice non-reaction. Life often throws unexpected challenges your way. A critical remark from a colleague, a rude driver cutting you off, or an unkind comment on social media. In these moments, your first instinct might be to react impulsively. But Stoicism teaches the profound value of non-reaction, the ability to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully, or not at all. Epictetus wisely observed, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle highlights that the true source of our emotional turmoil isn't the external event itself, but how we interpret and respond to it. Imagine being criticized in a meeting. Your initial reaction might be to defend yourself or retaliate. However, by pausing instead, you give yourself a chance to assess the situation calmly. Is the criticism valid? If so, you can use it to improve. If not, you can let it pass without it affecting your composure. Practicing non-reaction starts with the power of the pause. When faced with negativity, take a deep breath and count to 3 before responding. This brief moment creates space between the trigger and your reaction, allowing you to choose a measured response rather than an emotional outburst. Sometimes, the best response is no response at all. Silence can be a powerful tool for maintaining your peace and disarming negativity. As the saying goes, you don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. By refusing to engage, you not only preserve your calm, but also deny the instigator any control over your emotions. Non-reaction doesn't mean ignoring issues that need addressing. It means choosing when and how to address them thoughtfully. If a situation requires action, approach it with clarity and focus rather than anger or frustration. By mastering the art of non-reaction, you safeguard your emotional well-being. You become less influenced by the chaos around you and more anchored in your inner peace. This practice allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace, dignity, and strength. 7. Find joy in selflessness. There is a profound sense of liberation in selflessness. When you embrace forgiveness, compassion, and acts of kindness, you not only uplift others, but also transform your own life. Stoic philosophy reminds us that the way to true inner freedom and joy is through transcending self-centeredness and cultivating a generous spirit. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This gratitude extends naturally into the way we interact with others. Acts of kindness and understanding are not merely for the benefit of those around us. They are transformative for our own hearts and minds. Forgiveness is a cornerstone of selflessness. When someone wrongs you, it's tempting to hold on to resentment, replaying the incident in your mind. But this only chains you to the pain. By choosing forgiveness, you free yourself from the grip of negativity. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful actions. It means refusing to let them control your emotions. Consider compassion as an antidote to anger and frustration. The next time someone's words or actions upset you, pause and ask, what might they be going through that I don't know about? This perspective shifts your focus from judgment to understanding, reducing tension and fostering empathy. Selflessness also thrives in small, deliberate acts of kindness. It could be as simple as holding the door open for someone, offering a kind word, or helping a friend in need. These actions, while seemingly minor, create ripples of positivity in your life and the lives of others. Research consistently shows that helping others enhances your own happiness and well-being. When you act with selflessness, you align with a deeper purpose, fostering a sense of fulfillment that material success alone cannot provide. By choosing compassion, forgiveness, and kindness, you transform your perspective and enrich your emotional landscape. In giving, you receive. In understanding others, you find peace within yourself. 8. Adopt a grand vision for life. A meaningful life is built on a foundation of purpose. When you focus on a grand vision, something larger than yourself, you create a roadmap that transforms everyday tasks into meaningful steps toward fulfillment. Stoic philosophy encourages us to look beyond fleeting pleasures and trivial goals to discover a broader purpose that gives our actions lasting significance. Epictetus urged us to reflect on the kind of life we want to live, asking, "What are you striving for? What kind of person do you wish to be?" These questions compel us to think deeply about our aspirations and values, aligning our daily efforts with a greater purpose. Imagine your life as a narrative. Without a grand vision, the story meanders without direction. With a clear purpose, however, each chapter becomes a deliberate step toward a meaningful conclusion. This vision doesn't have to be monumental. It could be as simple as striving to be a supportive parent, a dedicated professional, or someone who brings positivity to their community. When you adopt a grand vision, even mundane tasks take on new meaning. Consider washing dishes, not the most glamorous activity. But if your broader purpose is to create a nurturing home, this small chore becomes a step toward fulfilling that vision. Similarly, professional setbacks feel less overwhelming when viewed as part of a larger journey toward long-term success. A grand vision also helps you navigate challenges with resilience. Obstacles are inevitable, but when you see them as necessary detours rather than dead ends, you maintain focus and determination. Marcus Aurelius captured this beautifully. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every difficulty can be reframed as a growth opportunity that brings you closer to your ultimate goal. To adopt a grand vision, start by clarifying your values and defining your priorities. What matters most to you? How do you want to be remembered? Use these answers to guide your choices and actions. By aligning your life with a greater purpose, you create a sense of fulfillment that transcends temporary achievements. Your vision becomes your compass, steering you through life's uncertainties and inspiring you to live each day with intention and meaning. 9. Cultivate empathy. Empathy is the ability to see the world through someone else's eyes, to understand their feelings and motivations without judgment. Cultivating empathy not only improves your relationships, but also shields you from unnecessary emotional turmoil. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of understanding others' perspectives as a means to maintain inner peace and foster harmony. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize?" This practice encourages us to look inward before casting judgment, reminding us of our shared humanity and imperfections. When you encounter someone acting rudely or unfairly, your initial instinct might be anger or frustration. But instead of reacting, pause and consider, what might this person be experiencing? Perhaps their day is filled with stress, or they're grappling with personal struggles you cannot see. This shift in perspective not only softens your response, but also helps you maintain your composure. Empathy also helps dissolve conflicts. For instance, in an argument with a colleague or loved one, try to actively listen to their viewpoint without interruption. Acknowledge their feelings, even if you don't agree. This approach diffuses tension and fosters mutual respect. Practicing empathy doesn't mean you have to accept unacceptable behavior or compromise your values. Instead, it's about recognizing the context behind actions and choosing your response with clarity and understanding. By letting go of assumptions and seeking to understand others, you free yourself from the emotional toll of resentment and irritation. Empathy strengthens connections and enriches your life. It teaches you to navigate relationships with grace and compassion, creating a ripple effect of kindness that benefits not only others, but also yourself. 10. Use challenges as growth opportunities. Life is full of obstacles, but your perspective on those obstacles determines whether they hinder or empower you. Stoicism teaches us to reframe challenges as opportunities for growth, transforming setbacks into stepping stones for resilience and inner strength. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound insight reminds us that adversity is not a barrier, but a pathway to personal development. When faced with a difficult situation, such as a career setback, a failed relationship, or a health issue, it's natural to feel discouraged. But instead of dwelling on the negativity, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger? Reframing obstacles in this way shifts your mindset from victimhood to empowerment. Take, for example, a missed promotion at work. It's easy to view this as a failure, but with a Stoic perspective, it becomes an opportunity to evaluate your skills, seek constructive feedback, and identify areas for improvement. This proactive approach not only improves your performance, but also demonstrates resilience and determination. Challenges also test your emotional strength. When you encounter conflict or criticism, use the moment to practice patience, humility, and self-control. Instead of reacting impulsively, reflect on how you can handle the situation with integrity. These small acts of emotional discipline build a foundation of inner strength over time. Stoics often practiced premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, to mentally prepare for adversity. By imagining potential challenges in advance, you can approach them with greater clarity and resolve when they arise. Remember, growth comes from discomfort. Muscles grow by facing resistance. So does your character. Each obstacle is an opportunity to refine your perspective, build resilience, and deepen your wisdom. By embracing challenges with a growth mindset, you transform life's trials into invaluable lessons that strengthen your spirit and guide you toward lasting fulfillment. Have you ever felt trapped in a storm that seems endless? That constant pressure, the inability to breathe as stress seeps into every corner of your mind and body. You know it's there, silent but relentless, stealing your moments of peace and happiness. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be this way? That today you can take the first step toward a life filled with calm, serenity, and purpose. Stoic philosophy, ancient yet incredibly relevant, reminds us of a profound truth. While we can't control everything happening around us, we always have the power to choose how we respond. True strength isn't about avoiding life's storms. It's about learning to navigate them with clarity and composure. In this part, we'll uncover powerful lessons to help you transform stress into wisdom and see adversity as an invaluable teacher. These aren't just tips, they're practical tools that can completely reshape the way you see and live your life. So take a deep breath, because today could be the day you reclaim the control and serenity you deserve. Stay until the end, because the final lesson might just be the key to transforming your perspective forever. If this resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to continue this journey together. Now, get ready to rediscover inner peace and take the first step toward a life free from the grip of stress. Let's begin. 1. Recognize the signs of stress. Stress rarely arrives without warning. It often sends subtle signals before it takes over your mind and body, leaving you feeling overwhelmed. Learning to recognize these signs is the first step to regaining control and preventing stress from spiraling into something unmanageable. Think of your body as a finely tuned instrument. When something is off, it gives you clues, physical and emotional indicators that signal a need for attention. For instance, Insomnia is a common sign. Lying awake at night, replaying conversations, or worrying about unfinished tasks can quickly drain your energy and clarity. Stress doesn't just rob you of sleep, it steals your ability to recharge. Irritability is another red flag. Have you found yourself snapping at loved ones or feeling on edge for no apparent reason? This heightened sensitivity often points to a mind under strain. Similarly, physical tension, such as tight shoulders, headaches, or an uneasy stomach, can reveal that your body is carrying the burden of stress. But recognizing stress goes beyond the physical. Pay attention to your thought patterns. Are you stuck in a loop of negative thinking? Are you struggling to focus or feeling a constant sense of urgency? These mental cues are just as important as physical symptoms. The key is mindfulness. Take time daily to check in with yourself. Ask, "How do I feel?" and listen to your body and mind without judgment. Journaling can also help you track recurring stress signals and identify patterns. By catching stress early, you give yourself the power to intervene before it becomes overwhelming. Like Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. Start by listening to what your body is telling you. It's the first step to reclaiming peace. 2. Understand stress as a silent enemy. Stress is a master of disguise, creeping into your life under the radar, often disguised as ambition, responsibility, or the need to meet societal expectations. It thrives in the fast-paced pressures of modern life, feeding on our relentless pursuit of perfection. Understanding stress as a silent enemy allows you to take it seriously and arm yourself with the tools to manage it effectively. Work deadlines, financial worries, and the pressure to maintain an ideal image in both personal and professional circles are all fertile ground for stress to grow. Over time, this constant pressure doesn't just affect your mind, it impacts your body, causing fatigue, high blood pressure, and other health problems. Ignoring it won't make it go away, it will only allow it to spread further. The Stoics understood that while we can't control every challenge life throws at us, we can control how we react. Stress is not caused by external events themselves, but by how we interpret and respond to them. Imagine being stuck in traffic. You could let frustration take over, honking and fuming at the delay. Or you could see it as an opportunity to listen to a favorite audiobook or simply practice deep breathing. The situation hasn't changed, but your response makes all the difference. To combat stress as a silent enemy, start by shifting your perspective. Ask yourself, is this worth my peace of mind? Reframe challenges as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more patient. Practice daily habits that fortify your resilience, such as deep breathing exercises, physical movement, or journaling your thoughts. These small actions create a buffer between you and stress. As Epictetus wisely observed, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. By acknowledging stress for what it is, a thief of joy and peace, you can start managing it with clarity and purpose, reclaiming control over your life. 3. Break the vicious cycle of stress. Stress often begins as a small whisper, a fleeting thought or a momentary tension, but left unchecked, it spirals into a cycle of negative thinking, self-doubt, and overwhelm. This cycle feeds on itself, turning minor inconveniences into insurmountable mountains. Breaking free requires a shift in mindset and intentional action. Imagine your mind as a garden. If you neglect it, weeds of worry and doubt will overrun it, choking out the flowers of clarity and peace. Each time you dwell on negative thoughts, you water those weeds, allowing them to grow stronger. But what if you chose to focus your energy on nurturing the positive? By redirecting your thoughts, you can start to pull out those weeds and let the flowers bloom. The Stoics believed that our perception of events, not the events themselves, causes our distress. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When stress arises, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is it within my control? If not, let it go. This simple practice helps disrupt the automatic reaction to stress and puts you back in the driver's seat. Incorporate gratitude as a powerful tool to counteract negativity. When stress starts to build, take a few moments to reflect on what's going well in your life. Gratitude doesn't erase challenges, but it shifts your focus to what's within your control and reminds you of your resilience. Breaking the cycle of stress isn't about eliminating challenges, it's about mastering your response to them. By cultivating positive, intentional thinking and letting go of what you can't control, you'll regain clarity, focus, and peace of mind. 4. Escape the time trap. In today's fast-paced world, busyness is often mistaken for productivity. We fill our days with endless tasks, juggling commitments while trying to keep up with the demands of modern life. But this constant hustle comes at a cost: stress, burnout, and the feeling that there's never enough time. Escaping this trap begins with redefining how you manage your time. The Stoics remind us to focus on what truly matters. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Reflect on how you spend your days. Are you dedicating your time to activities that align with your priorities, or are you caught up in distractions and non-essential tasks? Start by identifying your true priorities. Write down what's most important to you, whether it's family, personal growth, or professional goals. Then, evaluate how much time you're actually dedicating to these areas. You may be surprised to find that much of your energy is spent on tasks that don't bring you closer to your values or goals. Next, embrace the power of mindfulness. Instead of multitasking and rushing through the day, practice being fully present in each moment. Whether you're working on a project, having a conversation, or enjoying a meal, give it your full attention. This not only increases your efficiency, but also reduces the stress of feeling pulled in multiple directions. Finally, learn to say no to what doesn't serve you. Letting go of non-essential tasks and commitments creates space for what truly matters. It's not about doing less. It's about doing what's meaningful with intention and focus. By re-evaluating how you manage your time and making mindful, intentional choices, you'll free yourself from the time trap and create a life that feels both productive and fulfilling. 5. Strategies for inner peace. In a world that thrives on chaos and constant movement, finding inner peace can seem like an elusive dream. But peace isn't the absence of challenges. It's the ability to remain calm and clear-minded in the midst of them. Achieving this requires intentional strategies that anchor you when life feels overwhelming. One of the most effective tools for cultivating inner peace is meditation. You don't need to spend hours in a quiet room or follow complex routines. A few minutes a day of simply sitting, closing your eyes, and focusing on your breath can work wonders. As you breathe in, imagine drawing in calmness and clarity. As you breathe out, release tension and worry. This simple practice helps to ground you, creating a buffer between you and the stresses of the day. Another key strategy is mindful breathing. Stress often makes our breathing shallow and rapid, which signals the body to remain in a heightened state of alertness. To counter this, try the 4 to 7 8 technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7 counts, and exhale slowly for 8 counts. This practice calms the nervous system, reduces stress, and fosters a sense of control over your body. Incorporating calming habits into your daily routine is equally important. Start your day with activities that set a positive tone, like journaling, stretching, or listening to soothing music. Before bed, establish a ritual to unwind, such as dimming the lights, reading, or sipping a cup of herbal tea. These small but intentional habits create a rhythm of tranquility that extends throughout your day. Inner peace isn't a destination, it's a practice. By integrating meditation, mindful breathing, and calming rituals into your life, you can navigate the chaos with clarity and resilience, making peace your constant companion. 6. Master the art of letting go. Life is full of uncertainties and imperfections, yet so much of our stress comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. Mastering the art of letting go is not about giving up. It's about releasing the futile struggle to control outcomes that are beyond your influence and finding freedom in the process. The Stoics remind us of a profound truth. While we can't control external events, we always have power over our response to them. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Reflect on the areas of your life where you're holding on too tightly, perhaps to a past mistake, a relationship, or the fear of an uncertain future. Recognize that clinging to these things only drains your energy and peace. Start practicing detachment by distinguishing between what you can and cannot control. For example, you can't control traffic, but you can choose to listen to music or a podcast to make the experience enjoyable. You can't control someone else's behavior, but you can set boundaries and protect your peace. This shift in focus helps you release unnecessary burdens and concentrate on what truly matters. Letting go also involves releasing unrealistic expectations. Life isn't perfect, and neither are people. Expecting perfection only leads to disappointment. Instead, embrace imperfections as part of the journey. When plans fall through or challenges arise, see them as opportunities to grow and adapt, rather than sources of frustration. Cultivate gratitude to aid in letting go. When you focus on what you have, rather than what you lack or wish to control, you shift your perspective from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude is a powerful reminder of the beauty in life's unpredictability. Letting go isn't a sign of weakness. It's a testament to your inner strength. By releasing what you cannot control and focusing on what you can, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and open the door to greater peace and fulfillment. 7. Honor the connection between mind and body. The connection between mind and body is profound and inseparable. How you treat your body directly impacts your mental clarity, emotional resilience, and overall well-being. By prioritizing your physical health, you create a strong foundation for mental strength and inner peace. Regular exercise is one of the simplest and most effective ways to honor this connection. Movement doesn't just strengthen your muscles, it releases endorphins, your brain's natural mood boosters, and reduces stress hormones like cortisol. You don't need an intense workout regimen to reap the benefits. A daily walk, a yoga session, or even stretching can significantly enhance your mental state. Think of exercise as an act of self-care that fuels both your body and your mind. Balanced nutrition is another cornerstone of mental and physical harmony. What you eat becomes the fuel for your brain and body. Diets rich in whole foods, such as vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy fats, provide the nutrients needed to maintain energy and focus. Conversely, processed foods high in sugar and unhealthy fats can drain your vitality and contribute to mood swings. By making mindful choices about what you consume, you can elevate your physical health and support a sharper, calmer mind. Sleep is equally crucial in maintaining the mind-body connection. Think of your body as a machine. It needs downtime to recharge and repair. Poor sleep disrupts your ability to think clearly, manage emotions, and handle stress. Establishing a bedtime routine, such as limiting screen time before bed, practicing relaxation techniques, and maintaining a consistent schedule, can help you achieve restorative rest. Honoring the connection between mind and body is not about perfection, it's about consistency and awareness. By nurturing your physical health, you're investing in your mental well-being, creating a harmonious balance that empowers you to face life's challenges with strength and clarity. 8. Define your priorities and purpose. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Many people find themselves chasing endless to-do lists and societal expectations, only to feel unfulfilled at the end of the day. Defining your priorities and purpose is the antidote to this aimlessness, offering clarity and meaning in your actions. Start by asking yourself, what is truly important to me? This question is the cornerstone of living a purposeful life. For some, it might be family and relationships. For others, it could be personal growth, creativity, or contributing to a greater cause. Take time to reflect on your core values and what makes you feel alive. When your actions align with these values, life takes on a deeper sense of purpose. Decluttering unnecessary obligations is equally important. The Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control and release what we cannot. Apply this principle to your commitments. Evaluate your schedule and identify activities that drain your energy without adding value. Let go of tasks or obligations that don't serve your core purpose. Simplifying your life doesn't mean doing less. It means doing what matters most. Setting clear priorities helps you allocate your time and energy more effectively. Create a list of your top goals and review them regularly. Break them down into actionable steps, ensuring that your daily actions contribute to your larger vision. This approach not only reduces stress, but also provides a sense of accomplishment and direction. Remember, defining your purpose isn't about achieving one monumental goal. It's about the journey of aligning your life with what truly matters. By living intentionally and focusing on what brings you joy and meaning, you can transform your days into stepping stones toward a fulfilling, purpose-driven life. 9. Live with serenity. Serenity doesn't mean avoiding challenges or isolating yourself from the chaos of life. It means navigating through them with grace, clarity, and peace. It's a state of mind cultivated by changing your perspective on challenges and integrating mindfulness into your daily routine. Life is filled with obstacles, from personal struggles to external pressures. Instead of seeing these challenges as threats, view them as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound insight reminds us that every challenge can teach us resilience, patience, and wisdom if we approach it with the right mindset. Start by reframing how you perceive difficulties. When faced with a problem, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or, how can this situation make me stronger? This mental shift helps you move from frustration to empowerment, allowing you to handle adversity with a sense of purpose rather than resistance. Challenges become stepping stones rather than barriers. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for cultivating serenity. It's about being fully present in the moment without judgment. Begin with small practices, such as focusing on your breath during stressful moments, or taking a few minutes each day to observe your thoughts and feelings without reacting to them. These moments of mindfulness create a calm space between you and life's demands, helping you respond thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Incorporate mindfulness into everyday activities. For example, when eating, savor each bite instead of rushing through your meal. When walking, notice the rhythm of your steps and the sensations around you. These simple practices anchor you in the present, reducing stress and bringing a sense of calm to even the busiest days. Living with serenity is a daily commitment. It requires consistent practice and a willingness to shift your perspective. By embracing challenges as opportunities and grounding yourself in mindfulness, you can find peace in the midst of chaos and create a life filled with balance and tranquility. Life can sometimes feel like a relentless storm, pulling you in every direction, leaving you overwhelmed and unsure of how to regain control. The chaos of emotions, disappointments, and unmet expectations can feel like an endless cycle, but it doesn't have to be this way. The ancient Stoics knew this truth well. While we can't always control what happens around us, we can control how we respond, and therein lies our true power. Imagine navigating life's challenges with the calm and steady hand of a skilled captain steering through turbulent waters. It's not about avoiding the waves, but learning how to ride them with grace and purpose. This perspective shift can transform every setback into a chance to grow stronger, every rejection into an opportunity to redirect your path. In this part, you'll uncover 9 timeless lessons rooted in Stoic philosophy to help you master your emotions, reclaim your inner peace, and stand tall no matter what life throws your way. These aren't abstract ideas, but practical tools you can start using today to align your mind and heart with resilience and clarity. Your transformation begins now. 1. Master emotional control. Emotions are an integral part of being human. They arrive uninvited, often with the force of a storm, and can make us feel powerless. Anger, frustration, sadness, even fleeting joy. These feelings are natural, but the key to mastering them lies in recognizing that while you can't stop emotions from surfacing, you can decide how much power they hold over you. As the Stoics teach, it's not the events that disturb us, but how we interpret them. Picture this. Your day starts smoothly, but a single comment from someone throws you off balance. Your heart races, your mind spirals, and before you know it, you've reacted impulsively, perhaps saying or doing something you later regret. This is what happens when emotions dominate. Now imagine a different approach. You pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? That moment of reflection can change everything. To master emotional control, start by practicing awareness. Notice when an emotion begins to swell, like a wave approaching the shore. Name it: anger, disappointment, excitement, and acknowledge it without judgment. This simple act of labeling creates space between you and the emotion, allowing you to choose your response. Another powerful tool is journaling. By writing down what triggered your emotions and how you felt, you can identify patterns and gain insight into your reactions. Over time, you'll notice triggers lose their grip as you cultivate a sense of emotional clarity. Lastly, remember that emotions are fleeting. They are like clouds. They pass, even when they seem overwhelming. By grounding yourself in the present and responding thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, you reclaim your power and strengthen your ability to face life with calm and clarity. Emotions are not the enemy. They're an opportunity to grow and navigate life with greater mastery. 2. Don't chase validation. The need for validation can be one of the most draining forces in life. We all desire recognition, whether it's being invited to a social event, receiving a compliment, or getting approval for our ideas. But relying on external validation to define your worth is a trap, one that leaves you constantly seeking approval and doubting yourself when it doesn't come. Consider this. You find out about a party or event that everyone seems to be talking about, but you weren't invited. A rush of insecurity sweeps over you. Thoughts like, "Why wasn't I included?" or "What's wrong with me?" might start to cloud your mind. This is your ego seeking validation. But here's the truth. It's not about you. Whether someone invites you or acknowledges your value doesn't change your intrinsic worth. True happiness and confidence come from within. When you stop measuring your value based on others' opinions, you begin to experience a profound sense of freedom. The Stoics remind us to focus on what we can control, and other people's actions, whether they validate us or not, are entirely beyond our influence. To break free from the cycle of chasing validation, start by recognizing your achievements, strengths, and qualities without needing external confirmation. Make a habit of affirming yourself daily. Write down 3 things you're proud of or grateful for, and let that internal recognition fuel your self-esteem. Next, shift your focus to meaningful connections and pursuits. Instead of worrying about who didn't invite you or who didn't acknowledge your efforts, invest your energy in people and activities that align with your values. Seek depth over breadth, quality over quantity. Remember, your worth isn't up for debate, and it doesn't hinge on anyone else's approval. By letting go of the need for external validation, you free yourself to live authentically and joyfully. As Marcus Aurelius said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own. Choose to value yourself first." 3. Stop insisting where you're not valued. There's nothing more disheartening than giving your best, whether in a relationship, at work, or in friendships, only to feel unappreciated. It's like pouring water into a broken glass, hoping one day it will hold. But deep down, you know it never will. The truth is, staying in spaces where your value isn't recognized drains your energy, erodes your confidence, and prevents you from flourishing. Imagine you're a gardener planting seeds in barren soil. No matter how much you water them or tend to the ground, nothing grows. The problem isn't with the seeds, it's the environment. The same principle applies to your life. If you're constantly giving your best to people or situations that don't nurture or appreciate you, you're misdirecting your energy. Instead, redirect that energy to places where your value is recognized and celebrated. To stop insisting where you're not valued, start by acknowledging the signs. Do you feel taken for granted, overlooked, or dismissed despite your efforts. These are red flags that it's time to reevaluate your surroundings. Instead of asking, "What more can I do?" ask, "Is this worth my time and energy?" Next, practice the art of detachment. Let go of the need to prove your worth to those who don't see it. Your value isn't up for debate. It exists independently of others' opinions. Shift your focus to spaces where you are welcomed and appreciated. Whether it's finding new relationships, exploring a different career path, or simply spending time with those who uplift you, prioritize environments that allow you to grow. Remember, insisting where you're not valued doesn't make you stronger, it makes you stuck. Walk away with grace and confidence, knowing that you deserve to be in spaces that recognize your worth. As Epictetus wisely said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly." Redirect your energy to places that allow you to flourish. 4. Set boundaries for respect. Respect is not something you beg for. It's something you demand by setting clear boundaries. Without boundaries, people may overstep, disrespect, or take advantage of you. Not because they should, but because you haven't drawn the line. Setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away. It's about defining how you deserve to be treated and protecting your emotional well-being. Think of boundaries as the walls of a fortress. Without them, anyone can walk in, disrupt your peace, and take what they want. With strong boundaries, you create a safe space where only respectful and meaningful interactions can occur. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about valuing yourself enough to say, "This is what I will accept, and this is what I won't." Start by identifying areas in your life where respect is lacking. Are there people who speak to you in a way that diminishes your confidence? Do you find yourself saying yes to things that make you uncomfortable just to avoid conflict? These are signs that your boundaries need reinforcement. Once you've identified the issues, communicate your boundaries clearly and assertively. Use statements like, "I appreciate our relationship, but I need you to respect this limit," or "I'm not comfortable with that, and I'd like us to find a better way." Remember, setting boundaries isn't about confrontation, it's about clarity. Enforcing boundaries can feel challenging, especially if people are used to you being overly accommodating. However, standing firm is essential. When others see you respecting yourself, they'll either rise to meet your standards or naturally distance themselves. Either way, you win. As the Stoics remind us, your worth is not determined by others' opinions or actions. By setting boundaries, you reclaim control over your life and reinforce the message that you deserve respect. Marcus Aurelius said it best. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Boundaries are that strength in action. 5. Don't depend on external support. It's easy to feel disheartened when the support you expected doesn't materialize. You've worked hard, taken risks, and hoped for applause or encouragement, but instead you're met with silence. While external support can feel validating, the truth is, it's not essential for your success. Real strength comes from within. You are your own greatest ally. Relying too heavily on others' approval or assistance can make you vulnerable to disappointment. Imagine a tree with shallow roots, leaning entirely on external structures for support. The moment those supports fall away, the tree collapses. But a tree with deep, self-sustained roots stands tall, no matter the conditions. You must be that tree, cultivating an inner foundation so strong that you can weather any storm. To achieve this, shift your mindset from seeking external validation to becoming your own champion. Start by acknowledging your achievements, no matter how small. Celebrate your progress and remind yourself of the effort and courage it took to get there. Journaling is a powerful tool for this, allowing you to reflect on your strengths and reaffirm your capabilities. Another key is self-sufficiency. Instead of waiting for others to provide opportunities or encouragement, create your own path. Whether it's learning a new skill, seeking out resources, or building a network, take proactive steps toward your goals. This independence builds confidence and demonstrates to yourself that you are fully capable of succeeding without external hand-holding. Remember, external support is a bonus, not a necessity. Your worth and success don't hinge on someone else's validation. By drawing strength from within, you not only become more resilient, but also inspire others with your self-reliance. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Be your own master, and let your self-sufficiency be your greatest support. 6. Rejection doesn't define you. Rejection stings, but it's not a verdict on your worth. Whether it's a job you didn't get, a relationship that didn't work out, or an opportunity that passed you by, rejection feels personal, but it isn't. It's simply a part of life, a momentary setback, not a reflection of your value. Think of rejection as redirection. It's life nudging you away from something that wasn't aligned with your purpose towards something better. Imagine an artist whose work is turned down by gallery after gallery. Each rejection feels like a blow, but eventually they find a space that not only accepts their art, but celebrates it. Those earlier rejections weren't failures. They were necessary steps toward finding the right fit. The key to overcoming rejection is detachment. Instead of tying your self-worth to others' opinions, focus on cultivating a strong sense of self. Practice self-love by identifying your strengths and reminding yourself of the unique qualities that make you valuable. Remember, no one's approval or disapproval can add or take away from your inherent worth. Reframe rejection as feedback. What can you learn from the experience? Did it reveal an area for growth or a need to refine your approach? Viewing rejection through a lens of curiosity rather than self-criticism transforms it from a source of pain into a valuable teacher. Above all, don't let rejection define your narrative. Every successful person has faced rejection, often repeatedly. What sets them apart is their resilience, their ability to rise after every fall. You have that same power within you. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Rejection doesn't close the door on your worth. It opens the door to new possibilities. Embrace it, learn from it, and keep moving forward with confidence. You are more than any rejection you'll ever face. 7. Don't beg for attention. Seeking attention might feel natural in moments of insecurity, but when you tie your self-worth to external acknowledgement, you give away your power. True value doesn't need an audience or applause. It exists independently of who notices. Confidence is not about being seen. It's about knowing your worth, even when no one else does. Imagine you're in a room presenting an idea, but the people around you are too distracted to listen. It's tempting to raise your voice, repeat yourself, or even seek their validation later. However, the Stoic approach is different. Instead of begging for attention, channel your energy into staying composed and self-assured. As Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. Shift this balance by placing more value on your opinion of yourself. This lesson also applies to personal relationships. If someone isn't giving you the attention you deserve, it's not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their priorities. Your time and energy are precious. Don't waste them chasing after people who fail to see your value. Instead, direct that energy toward your growth, passions, and goals. Practicing self-validation is key. When you feel ignored or unacknowledged, take a step back and ask yourself, am I doing this for their approval or because it aligns with my values? By focusing on your inner compass, you'll find it easier to stay grounded and confident. Remember, attention is fleeting, but self-respect is enduring. Carry yourself with quiet assurance, and the right people will naturally gravitate toward you. You don't need to beg for attention when your self-worth speaks louder than words. 8. Move on when not chosen. Rejection, whether in work, relationships, or opportunities, can feel like a personal failure. But dwelling on being overlooked only anchors you in disappointment. The truth is, not every door is meant to open for you, and that's okay. Life is rich with opportunities, and when one door closes, it's a chance to seek out others that align better with your path. Picture yourself waiting at a closed door, hoping it will open. The longer you stand there, the more opportunities you miss behind other doors. Instead of fixating on what didn't happen, turn around and take proactive steps forward. Rejection is not an end point. It's a detour leading you to something better suited to you. Moving on requires reframing your mindset. Instead of viewing rejection as a loss, see it as clarity, a sign that this wasn't the right fit. As Epictetus said, don't demand that things happen as you wish, but wish that they happen as they do, and you will go on well. This perspective frees you from unnecessary frustration and allows you to embrace life's flow. When you're not chosen, it's an opportunity to refocus on what you can control: your actions, attitude, and personal growth. What can you learn from the experience? How can you use it to refine your approach or explore new possibilities? By turning rejection into redirection, you transform a perceived setback into a stepping stone. Above all, trust that your path is unfolding as it should. The right opportunities will align with your efforts and values, but only if you're willing to let go of what wasn't meant for you. Don't linger in spaces that weren't made for you. Instead, move forward with courage, knowing that better opportunities await. 9. Let go of those who leave. People come and go in life, and while some departures can feel like a wound, holding on to those who have chosen to leave only deepens the pain. Letting go is not an act of surrender. It is an act of liberation, both for you and for them. Emotional freedom comes when you stop clinging to what no longer serves your growth. Imagine holding a handful of sand. The tighter you grip, the more it slips through your fingers. Relationships work the same way. Trying to force someone to stay when they've decided to leave only creates unnecessary tension and heartache. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't care. It means you value yourself enough to release what is no longer aligned with your journey. The Stoics teach us that we cannot control others' actions, only our response to them. As Epictetus said, some things are up to us, and some things are not. Accepting someone's decision to leave does not diminish your worth. It strengthens your ability to adapt and focus on what truly matters. Letting go also creates space for new opportunities and connections. Holding on to someone who has moved on keeps you trapped in the past, preventing you from embracing the future. By releasing them, you open yourself up to relationships that are reciprocal and nourishing. This process can be challenging, especially when emotions are involved. Take time to reflect on what the relationship taught you and express gratitude for the lessons, even if the ending was painful. Then, redirect your energy toward personal growth and the relationships that bring value and joy to your life. Letting go is not about forgetting or pretending it didn't matter. It's about choosing yourself and prioritizing your peace. Trust that the right people will stay in your life and that letting go of those who leave paves the way for deeper, more meaningful connections. Your journey deserves to be shared with those who genuinely want to walk it with you. Have you ever felt like life is slipping through your fingers, no matter how hard you try to hold on? Like you're stuck watching others thrive while you're running in circles, chasing dreams that feel just out of reach? It's not luck, and it's not chance. It's about strategy. The truth is, success isn't reserved for a select few. It's built by those who dare to take control of their lives. In this part, I'm sharing 10 powerful keys that will help you rise above the noise, break free from the cycle, and become the unstoppable force you were meant to be. These aren't cliches. They're tools that can transform your life if you're willing to use them. Stick with me, because the last key will completely shift the way you see yourself and your future. Your moment is now. Let's begin. 1. The power of positive thinking. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant, nurture, and allow to grow shapes your reality. Positive thinking is not about denying the struggles of life. It's about choosing how you interpret and respond to them. The world will throw challenges your way, but your mindset determines whether these obstacles become stepping stones or walls that block your path. Think of negative thoughts as weeds in your garden. Left unchecked, they spread, overshadowing the beauty and potential of everything else. But when you actively cultivate positive thoughts, you make room for growth, resilience, and strength. This isn't about ignoring pain or difficulty. It's about transforming how you perceive them. For example, instead of thinking, "I failed, so I'm not good enough," shift your mindset to, "I failed, but now I know what doesn't work, and I'm stronger for it." Epictetus, the great Stoic philosopher, reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Life is unpredictable, but how you interpret its events is entirely within your control. Every setback can be reframed as an opportunity to learn, improve, and grow. Practical application is key. Start your day by writing down 3 things you're grateful for. When challenges arise, ask yourself, what is this teaching me? And how can I grow from this? These small practices gradually shift your focus from problems to solutions, creating a habit of resilience. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring reality, it's about equipping yourself with the tools to navigate it. With practice, your mind becomes your strongest ally, turning obstacles into opportunities and leading you closer to the life you want to create. 2. The power of discipline. Discipline is the silent engine behind every achievement. It's not flashy or glamorous, but it's the force that transforms dreams into reality. Without discipline, even the grandest goals remain distant fantasies. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. The key to building discipline lies in small, consistent steps. You don't have to overhaul your life overnight. Start with manageable actions. Want to improve your fitness? Commit to just 10 minutes of exercise a day. Writing a book? Begin with 100 words daily. These tiny efforts might seem insignificant, but over time, they create unstoppable momentum. Discipline also requires a clear sense of purpose. Without a why, it's easy to fall into the trap of distractions or give up when things get tough. Take the time to define what truly matters to you. Is it building a successful career, fostering meaningful relationships, or pursuing personal growth? Whatever it is, keep that vision at the forefront of your mind. Let it fuel your actions, especially on days when motivation wanes. Remember, discipline isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. You'll have setbacks, but each time you choose to get back on track, you're strengthening your commitment. Celebrate small victories along the way, as they reinforce your belief in yourself and your ability to follow through. As Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly." The power of discipline lies in its quiet consistency. By showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it, you build the foundation for success. Over time, those small disciplined actions add up, leading to a life of achievement and fulfillment. 3. Turn failures into successes. Failure often feels like the end of the road, but what if it's actually the beginning? Reframing failure as a stepping stone instead of a stumbling block is one of the most powerful shifts you can make. Every successful person has faced failure, often repeatedly, but what sets them apart is their ability to learn, adapt, and persevere. Think of failure as a teacher. Each setback is a lesson in disguise, showing you what doesn't work, what needs adjustment, and where you can grow. The Stoics believed that obstacles are opportunities in disguise. As Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." When you encounter failure, instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" Thomas Edison, who famously failed thousands of times before inventing the light bulb, didn't see his attempts as wasted effort. He once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset of resilience is what turned his failures into one of the greatest successes in history. To apply this to your life, start by reflecting on a recent failure. Write down what went wrong, what you learned, and how you can approach the situation differently next time. Over time, you'll begin to see failures not as defeats, but as invaluable data points guiding you toward success. Failures are inevitable, but what matters is how you respond to them. Embrace them, learn from them, and use them to build resilience. Each failure moves you closer to your goals, transforming your challenges into the foundation for greatness. 4. Believe in yourself. Believing in yourself is not about arrogance or pretending to have it all together. It's about building a foundation of self-confidence through action and persistence. Without self-belief, even the best opportunities will slip through your fingers because you'll doubt your ability to seize them. True confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Start small. Every little victory, no matter how insignificant it may seem, strengthens your belief in your capabilities. Maybe it's completing a project at work, pushing through a tough workout, or speaking up in a meeting. Each time you step outside your comfort zone and succeed, you're adding a brick to the fortress of your confidence. Challenges will inevitably test you, but how you confront them defines your growth. When you face fear or self-doubt, remind yourself of past wins and the effort you've put into reaching your goals. The Stoics taught that external events don't define us, our reactions do. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Confidence grows when you respond to setbacks with determination instead of defeat. Building self-belief also requires silencing your inner critic. Replace thoughts like, "I can't do this," with, "I'll figure this out." Shift from self-doubt to self-compassion. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep trying. Believing in yourself isn't about never falling. It's about getting back up every time. With each step forward, your confidence will grow, allowing you to tackle bigger challenges and achieve greater heights. When you trust in your abilities, you unlock the potential to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. 5. The power of resilience. Life will inevitably throw obstacles your way, unexpected challenges, failures, and heartbreaks that threaten to knock you down. Resilience is the ability to get back up, stronger and wiser after every setback. It's not about avoiding difficulties, but embracing them as opportunities for growth. Imagine resilience as a muscle. Each time you face adversity and choose to persevere, you strengthen that muscle. The Stoics understood this deeply. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." A reminder that the very obstacles you face are the means through which you grow. Think of a tree battered by fierce winds. Instead of breaking, it bends, its roots digging deeper into the earth for stability. Similarly, when you face setbacks, you have the choice to let them define you or refine you. Each difficulty can teach you patience, problem-solving, and strength. To cultivate resilience, start by reframing how you view failure. Instead of seeing it as the end, see it as a stepping stone. Reflect on what went wrong, learn the lesson, and move forward with a new strategy. Journaling can be a helpful tool here, allowing you to process emotions and extract insights from challenging situations. Resilience also requires self-compassion. Be kind to yourself during tough times. Accept that setbacks are part of life and don't equate a failure with personal inadequacy. Celebrate small victories and recognize that progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. The road to resilience isn't easy, but it's rewarding. Each setback you face and overcome makes you stronger and more capable of handling the next. With resilience, you don't just survive life's challenges, you thrive because of them. 6. The importance of listening. In a world full of noise, the ability to truly listen has become a rare and powerful skill. Listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about understanding, connecting, and learning from others. When you listen deeply, you open the door to stronger relationships and personal growth. Many people mistake listening for waiting to talk. Instead of focusing on the speaker's words, they're busy formulating their response. This creates a barrier, preventing genuine understanding. True listening requires presence, setting aside distractions and giving someone your full attention. The Stoics emphasized the value of understanding others to navigate relationships and conflicts wisely. Seneca said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening is not just about others. It's a path to greater self-awareness and empathy. To become a better listener, practice mindfulness during conversations. Pay attention to the speaker's words, tone, and body language. Resist the urge to interrupt or steer the conversation toward yourself. Instead, ask thoughtful questions to show you value what they're saying. Listening also fosters emotional intelligence. By understanding others' perspectives, you can respond more effectively to their needs and emotions. This strengthens bonds and builds trust, whether in personal relationships or professional settings. Finally, remember that listening is a gift, not just to others, but to yourself. It allows you to learn from different perspectives, gain wisdom, and cultivate patience. When you truly listen, you're not just hearing someone else. You're growing in your understanding of the world. Mastering the art of listening may take time, but the rewards are immense. It enriches your relationships, deepens your connections, and enhances your ability to navigate life with clarity and compassion. 7. The magic of time. Time is your most precious resource. Once spent, it's gone forever. Yet so many of us treat it carelessly, letting distractions and unimportant tasks consume our days. To truly succeed, you must learn to prioritize, organize, and make time your ally by focusing on what truly matters. Think of time as a blank canvas. Each day, you're given 24 hours to paint a masterpiece. But if you allow clutter and chaos to fill your schedule, that canvas becomes a mess. The secret lies in identifying what deserves a place on it. Ask yourself, what truly adds value to my life? What aligns with my goals and purpose? The Stoics had a deep appreciation for time. Seneca once said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." They believed in living with intention, treating each moment as an opportunity to grow, learn, or create. Start by auditing your time. Write down how you spend each hour for a few days and reflect on where your energy goes. You'll likely discover areas where you're losing time: mindless scrolling, unnecessary meetings, or procrastination. Cut these distractions and replace them with activities that align with your priorities. Organization is another key to mastering time. Create a simple plan for each day, focusing on your top 3 priorities. Avoid overwhelming yourself with long to-do lists. Instead, block time for deep work and allow room for rest and reflection. Finally, practice mindfulness. When you're fully present in each moment, time feels richer and more fulfilling. Whether you're working on a project, spending time with loved ones, or relaxing, give it your full attention. The magic of time lies in its fleeting nature. Treat it with care and respect, and it will reward you with a life of clarity, achievement, and fulfillment. 8. Take control of your destiny. Your future isn't determined by chance. It's shaped by your actions, decisions, and mindset. Waiting for luck or the perfect moment is a recipe for stagnation. To truly take control of your destiny, you must act decisively, remain consistent, and build the resilience needed to overcome setbacks. Think of your life as a ship. Without a captain at the helm, it drifts aimlessly, subject to the whims of the wind and waves. But with a clear destination and steady hands, that ship can navigate even the stormiest seas. Similarly, taking control of your destiny requires clarity, consistency, and courage. Clarity comes first. Define what you want and why it matters to you. Vague desires lead to vague results. Write down your goals and create a vision of the future you want to build. This vision will serve as your compass, guiding your decisions and keeping you focused. Next, embrace consistency. Progress isn't about giant leaps, but steady steps taken daily. Whether it's improving your skills, working on a project, or building relationships, small, consistent actions compound over time to create extraordinary results. Discipline becomes your greatest ally here. Resilience is the final piece. Life will throw obstacles your way, rejections, failures, and unexpected challenges. But these aren't signs to give up. their opportunities to grow stronger. Remember Marcus Aurelius's words, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Use every setback as a stepping stone toward your goals. Taking control of your destiny also means letting go of excuses. Don't blame circumstances or wait for others to solve your problems. Empower yourself by taking responsibility for your choices and outcomes. The power to shape your future is already within you. Take decisive actions, stay consistent, and rise above challenges. With clarity, discipline, and resilience, you can create a life that aligns with your vision and dreams. 9. Leverage the energy of others. No one achieves greatness alone. Surrounding yourself with the right people and fostering mutually beneficial relationships can amplify your success in ways you could never accomplish on your own. Collaboration, support, and shared energy create a synergy that elevates everyone involved. Imagine trying to scale a mountain solo versus climbing with a team. Alone, every step is exhausting, and you rely solely on your strength. With others, you share the load, motivate each other, and tackle obstacles together. This is the power of leveraging the energy of others. Start by assessing your circle. Are the people around you supportive, inspiring, and aligned with your values? If not, it may be time to seek out individuals who challenge and uplift you. Surround yourself with those who push you to grow, celebrate your wins, and hold you accountable when you falter. Mutual benefit is key. Relationships should never be one-sided. Offer your support, share your skills, and provide value to those in your circle. When you contribute to someone else's success, you strengthen the bond and create a network built on trust and reciprocity. The Stoics also valued community. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "We are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth." Life isn't a solo journey. It's about working together to achieve more than you could alone. Don't shy away from asking for help or collaborating with others who have expertise in areas you lack. Together, you can accomplish goals that might seem impossible individually. By leveraging the energy of others, you create a network of support that propels everyone forward. Remember, success isn't a solo endeavor. It's a collective journey. 10. Serenity under pressure. In life, stress is inevitable. Deadlines loom, unexpected challenges arise, and emotions flare. But what sets successful individuals apart is their ability to remain calm and composed under pressure. Cultivating serenity isn't about ignoring stress, but mastering it through thoughtful strategies. The Stoics emphasized this wisdom. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." When chaos strikes, your reaction determines whether you sink or swim. Start with mindful breathing. In moments of stress, your body's natural response is to tense up, and your breathing becomes shallow. Counter this by pausing and taking slow, deep breaths. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. This simple act calms your nervous system, clears your mind, and helps you regain control. Next, embrace thoughtful planning. Stress often clouds judgment, leading to impulsive decisions. Instead, step back and assess the situation objectively. Ask yourself, what options do I have? What's the worst-case scenario, and how can I handle it? Breaking problems into smaller, manageable parts prevents overwhelm and allows you to act with clarity. Perspective also plays a critical role. View challenges as opportunities for growth rather than threats. Marcus Aurelius's insight, "The impediment to action advances action." What stands in the way becomes the way reminds us that obstacles are a chance to strengthen our resolve and learn new skills. Finally, practice gratitude, even during high-pressure situations. Acknowledge what's going well or what lessons you can take from the moment. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's within your control. Serenity under pressure isn't about eliminating stress, but transforming it. By breathing mindfully, planning thoughtfully, and maintaining perspective, you can face challenges with calm and confidence, turning even the toughest moments into stepping stones toward success. Do you ever feel like time is slipping through your fingers, like no matter how hard you try, life keeps pulling you in a million directions? Your dreams are right there, waiting for you, but distractions and obstacles always seem to get in the way. It's not about having more hours in the day. It's about having clarity, focus, and the discipline to make every moment count. The ancient Stoics understood this better than anyone. They knew how to harness their time and energy to create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Today, I'm sharing 10 powerful rules inspired by their timeless wisdom. Rules that can help you cut through the noise, focus on what truly matters, and take control of your destiny. Stay with me until the end, because the final rule will completely change how you approach life. Ready to stop waiting for the right moment and start building the life you deserve? Let's dive in. 1. Define your goals. Clearly, life without direction often feels like being caught in a storm, aimlessly drifting without any idea of where to go. Setting clear goals is like finding your compass. It gives your efforts meaning and ensures you move toward something worthwhile. Goals that are specific, measurable, and time-bound not only help you stay focused, but also transform vague dreams into actionable plans that can be achieved step by step. The key to defining goals lies in clarity. Imagine someone who says, "I want to be successful." While the intention is admirable, it's too broad to act upon. Success means different things to different people. Does it mean starting a business, earning a specific income, or learning a new skill? Break down what success means to you personally. Instead of aiming to get fit, set a specific goal like run 5 kilometers within 6 months. The more precise your target, the easier it becomes to take actionable steps toward achieving it. Clarity also eliminates wasted energy. When you know what you want, distractions lose their power over you. Every decision becomes easier because it either aligns with your goals or it doesn't. This focus prevents you from scattering your energy on things that don't contribute to your long-term vision. Philosophers like Seneca emphasized the importance of purpose, saying, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." Without clear goals, even your best efforts can feel aimless. On the other hand, with a well-defined target, even small progress feels meaningful. Defining your goals is about more than just writing them down. It's about creating a roadmap that guides your actions and fuels your motivation. When you align your daily choices with a clear purpose, you turn your ambitions into reality. 2. Break your goals into small steps. Big goals often feel overwhelming, like staring up at a towering mountain and wondering how you'll ever reach the top. But the truth is, no one conquers a mountain in one leap. It's done one step at a time. Breaking down your goals into smaller, manageable steps is not just practical, it's essential for maintaining focus and building momentum. When your goal feels too large, it can lead to procrastination and self-doubt. The enormity of the task makes you question where to start or whether it's even possible. By dividing your goal into smaller pieces, you transform what seems impossible into something achievable. For instance, if you want to save $10,000, focus on saving $200 a week. These smaller, incremental milestones make the larger goal feel within reach. Breaking goals into steps also allows you to track your progress, which is vital for maintaining motivation. Each completed task serves as a reminder that you're moving forward, no matter how slowly. Celebrate these small wins. They're not just checkpoints, they're proof of your growth and commitment. The Stoics believed in focusing on what you can control, and this approach aligns perfectly. Instead of being overwhelmed by the entirety of a goal, focus on the immediate action you can take. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you concentrate on the step right in front of you, the mountain no longer feels insurmountable. Whether you're writing a book, building a career, or improving your health, breaking the goal into actionable steps is your path forward. Each step builds on the last, creating momentum that carries you to the finish line. In time, you'll look back and realize the summit was reached through consistent, small efforts, not by tackling it all at once. 3. Create a plan of action. Dreams without action remain just that, dreams. To bring them to life, you need a structured plan of action, a clear roadmap that transforms abstract goals into achievable milestones. A well-thought-out plan ensures that your energy and time are directed toward meaningful progress rather than scattered on unproductive tasks. Start by identifying the essential steps needed to achieve your goal. Think of it as building a staircase. Each step must lead you closer to the top. Write these steps down, giving each one a specific timeline. For example, if your goal is to write a book, your plan might include research in the first month, drafting an outline in the second, and completing chapters by set deadlines. These clear, actionable steps help you stay organized and reduce the risk of becoming overwhelmed. Timelines are crucial because they create urgency. A goal without a deadline is like a ship without a destination. It may sail forever, but never reach a port. Break your timeline into short-term and long-term milestones. Short-term goals give you immediate wins, while long-term ones keep your eye on the bigger picture. However, flexibility is equally important. Life often throws curveballs, and rigid plans can crumble under unexpected challenges. Embrace a mindset that allows for adjustments without losing sight of your ultimate goal. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Your plan of action is your guide, but it's not set in stone. Regularly review your progress, adapt to new circumstances, and refine your approach. When you have a clear path and the discipline to follow it, your dreams transition from distant possibilities to inevitable realities. 4. Maintain motivation. Motivation is like a spark. It's exhilarating at first, but often fades when the initial excitement wears off. To achieve your goals, you need more than fleeting inspiration. You need a strategy to sustain your drive, even on the days when you don't feel like moving forward. The foundation of lasting motivation lies in your why. Why are you pursuing this goal? Is it to improve your life, provide for your family, or fulfill a lifelong dream? Write down your reason and keep it visible. This serves as your anchor, grounding you during moments of doubt and fatigue. When your motivation dips, revisiting your why reignites your purpose and reminds you of the bigger picture. Creating habits is another key to maintaining motivation. Habits reduce reliance on willpower, making progress almost automatic. For instance, if you're working on a fitness goal, set a consistent time for exercise each day. Over time, this becomes part of your routine, and the effort feels less like a chore and more like a natural part of your day. Visualization is another powerful tool. Picture yourself achieving your goal, how it feels, how it looks, and how it will change your life. This mental imagery not only inspires, but also solidifies your belief in your ability to succeed. As Epictetus said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Finally, acknowledge and celebrate progress, no matter how small. Each step forward is proof of your dedication and a reminder that you're moving closer to your goal. Recognizing these moments keeps you motivated and strengthens your resolve to continue. Motivation isn't about always feeling enthusiastic. It's about finding ways to keep going, even when the spark is dim. By focusing on your why, building habits, and celebrating your progress, you create a sustainable drive that carries you through the toughest challenges. 5. Be flexible and adjust your plan. Life rarely goes exactly as planned, and success often depends on your ability to adapt when circumstances change. Even the most detailed plan can encounter unexpected challenges, whether it's an unforeseen obstacle, a change in priorities, or new opportunities. Flexibility isn't about abandoning your goals. It's about recalibrating your approach to keep moving forward. The key to flexibility is maintaining a mindset of growth and adaptability. When your plan encounters resistance, pause and assess the situation. Ask yourself, what can I control? What adjustments can I make to keep progressing? For example, if a project at work takes longer than expected, shift other deadlines or delegate tasks to free up time. This adaptability ensures you remain productive without becoming overwhelmed. Being flexible also means letting go of rigid expectations. Sometimes we hold on to a specific path so tightly that we overlook better options. If your current plan isn't yielding results, consider alternative strategies. For instance, if a fitness routine isn't delivering desired outcomes, consult an expert or try a new approach. The willingness to pivot shows strength, not weakness. However, flexibility must coexist with commitment. While your methods may change, your goals should remain steadfast. Think of a river flowing toward the ocean. It may encounter rocks and bends, but it never stops moving forward. As the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius advised, objective judgment, now, at this very moment. Unselfish action, now, at this very moment. Willing acceptance, now, at this very moment, of all external events. Embrace flexibility as a tool for resilience. By adjusting your plan while staying true to your objectives, you'll navigate life's unpredictability with grace and determination, turning challenges into stepping stones. 6. 1. Seek support. No one achieves greatness alone. Surrounding yourself with supportive and inspiring individuals can make a world of difference in your journey toward success. The people you choose to have in your circle can either uplift and encourage you or drain your energy and pull you off track. Choosing wisely is crucial. Support comes in many forms: mentors who guide you with their experience, peers who share your struggles and triumphs, or friends and family who cheer you on from the sidelines. These relationships act as a safety net, catching you during tough times and pushing you forward when your motivation wanes. For instance, a mentor can help you avoid common pitfalls, while an accountability partner can remind you to stick to your commitments. Building a support network starts with identifying the right people. Seek those who align with your values and goals. They don't have to share your exact vision, but their mindset and drive should inspire you. At the same time, be mindful of relationships that may hinder your progress. Negative or unsupportive influences can sap your energy and distract you from your purpose. To nurture these relationships, invest time and effort, show appreciation for their support, offer help when they need it, and celebrate milestones together. This mutual exchange builds trust and strengthens bonds, ensuring the support flows both ways. Even if your goals are deeply personal, remember that seeking support is a strength, not a weakness. As the Stoics understood, collaboration and shared wisdom enhance individual growth. Leaning on others doesn't diminish your capabilities, it amplifies them. Surround yourself with those who motivate you to become the best version of yourself, and you'll find the journey toward your goals much more rewarding. 7. Keep a positive attitude. Life is full of ups and downs, and how you approach these moments defines your success. Maintaining a positive attitude doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It means focusing on solutions, learning from setbacks, and finding growth in challenges. Failures and setbacks are inevitable, but they're also opportunities in disguise. When things don't go as planned, resist the urge to dwell on the negative. Instead, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? For example, a missed job opportunity might push you to refine your skills, or a failed project could teach you the importance of better preparation. Every failure carries a lesson if you're willing to look for it. Adopting a growth mindset is key. This means viewing obstacles as temporary and surmountable rather than permanent roadblocks. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In other words, the challenges you face can become stepping stones to success if you approach them with resilience and determination. A positive attitude is also contagious. When you choose to focus on the good, you inspire those around you to do the same. This creates a supportive environment where growth and progress flourish. Practice gratitude regularly by reflecting on what's going well in your life, no matter how small. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, fostering a sense of optimism and purpose. Keeping a positive attitude isn't about avoiding negativity, it's about mastering it. By focusing on lessons rather than losses and viewing challenges as growth opportunities, you build the mental strength needed to overcome anything life throws your way. This mindset is the foundation of long-term success and fulfillment. 8. Manage your time. Effectively, time is your most valuable resource, yet it's often squandered on distractions and unproductive habits. To achieve your goals, you must master time management by prioritizing tasks, eliminating distractions, and staying organized. Start by identifying what truly matters. Not all tasks are created equal. Some bring you closer to your goals, while others are mere busy work. Use tools like the Eisenhower matrix to categorize tasks by urgency and importance. Focus your energy on high-priority activities that align with your objectives and delegate or defer the rest. Lists and calendars are powerful allies in managing your time. Begin each day by creating a to-do list outlining the tasks you want to accomplish. Break them into manageable chunks and set realistic deadlines. For long-term planning, use a calendar to schedule key milestones and ensure you stay on track. Treat these schedules as commitments. Just as you would honor an important meeting, honor the time you've allocated for your goals. Eliminating distractions is crucial for staying productive. Identify the activities or habits that drain your focus, such as excessive screen time or multitasking. Set boundaries, like designated work hours or app limits, to protect your time. Creating a dedicated workspace can also help you concentrate and separate your personal and professional life. Finally, incorporate regular breaks into your schedule. Overworking leads to burnout, which undermines productivity. Short breaks refresh your mind and maintain your energy levels throughout the day. As the Stoics taught, balance and moderation are essential for sustained effort. Managing your time effectively isn't about cramming every minute with activity. It's about working smarter, not harder. By prioritizing, organizing, and eliminating distractions, you'll make the most of each day and create the momentum needed to reach your goals. 9. Evaluate and revise your progress regularly. Achieving your goals requires more than just effort. It demands constant reflection and adjustment. Regularly evaluating your progress ensures you stay on track and allows you to make meaningful changes when necessary. Without periodic check-ins, it's easy to lose focus, waste time on ineffective strategies, or feel disconnected from your purpose. Take time to pause and assess where you are. Set aside moments to reflect on your accomplishments, challenges, and the lessons learned along the way. For instance, if your goal is to lose weight, reviewing your exercise and eating habits weekly can help you identify what's working and what isn't. Similarly, in professional pursuits, tracking key metrics or milestones allows you to measure progress objectively. Celebrating achievements, no matter how small, is crucial. Recognizing your successes boosts morale and keeps you motivated to tackle the next steps. Even a minor win, like completing a single task toward a larger goal, is a reminder of your ability to move forward. This celebration creates a positive feedback loop that energizes your efforts. However, reflection also includes honest self-assessment. Are your current methods effective? Are you investing your time wisely? Adjustments don't mean failure. They signify growth and adaptability. If one approach isn't yielding results, don't hesitate to pivot. For example, if your study methods for a certification exam aren't helping you retain information, exploring new techniques like practice tests or group discussions could enhance your preparation. The key is to make evaluation a regular habit. Whether it's through journaling, progress trackers, or discussions with mentors, these check-ins keep you aligned with your goals and prevent stagnation. By consistently reflecting and refining, you ensure that your efforts remain purposeful, leading you closer to success. 10. Never give up. Success isn't a straight path. It's a journey filled with twists, turns, and setbacks. What separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't is perseverance. The determination to keep going, even when the road is tough, is what ultimately leads to triumph. Life will throw obstacles in your way. There will be moments of doubt, failure, and exhaustion. But these challenges are not the end. They're part of the process. Think of a marathon runner who hits a wall of fatigue, but pushes through to cross the finish line. The same principle applies to any goal you're striving for. Every setback is an opportunity to prove your resilience and grow stronger. Perseverance doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending that everything is fine. It's about acknowledging the difficulty, taking a moment to regroup, and then pressing forward. Reframe challenges as temporary hurdles rather than permanent barriers. As the Stoics believed, adversity is a teacher. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Your obstacles can become the building blocks of your success. To cultivate perseverance, focus on your why. Why did you start this journey in the first place? When the going gets tough, reconnecting with your purpose can reignite your motivation. Surrounding yourself with supportive individuals and reminding yourself of past successes also helps to keep you grounded. Remember, setbacks are not failures unless you allow them to stop you. Each time you push through adversity, you're building the mental toughness needed for future challenges. Success is not about never falling. It's about rising every time you do. So no matter how steep the climb or how strong the headwinds, never give up. Your persistence will lead you to your ultimate destination. How many times have you silenced your voice, smiled through gritted teeth, or swallowed your pride just to keep the peace? How often have you tolerated words or actions that chipped away at your confidence, all because you didn't want to create conflict? Every time you accept disrespect or allow manipulation, you give away a piece of your power, and let me tell you, that's a price too high to pay. Your dignity is not negotiable. It's not something you trade for convenience or to avoid uncomfortable conversations. The ancient Stoics understood this deeply. While you cannot control how others treat you, you hold full power over how you respond. And in that response lies your strength, your freedom, and your self-respect. In this part, we'll dive into 10 situations you should never tolerate from anyone. These are the boundaries that define your worth and protect your peace. Stick around, because the last one isn't just surprising, it's life-changing. Are you ready to reclaim your power? Let's get started. 1. Do not tolerate disrespect. Disrespect comes in many forms: harsh words, subtle jabs, disguised as jokes, dismissive tones, or outright neglect of your feelings and contributions. What makes disrespect so damaging is its ability to chip away at your self-worth over time. A comment here, a sarcastic remark there, and before you know it, you start questioning your value and doubting your voice. But here's the truth: your dignity is non-negotiable, and tolerating disrespect is never the answer. The Stoics taught us the importance of self-respect. Seneca famously said, "Respect begins with self-respect." When you allow someone to demean you, you're not just giving them permission to hurt you, you're telling yourself that their behavior is acceptable. This creates a dangerous pattern where your boundaries are blurred and others feel entitled to push further. Disrespect often hides behind the veil of humor or honesty. You've likely heard phrases like, "It's just a joke," or "I'm only being real." But if those words sting and linger, they aren't harmless, they're weapons. Addressing this doesn't require anger or confrontation. It demands clarity and firmness. A calm but direct response like, "I don't appreciate that," or "Let's keep this respectful," can set the tone without escalating the situation. Setting boundaries is your shield against disrespect. Boundaries don't make you harsh or unapproachable. They make you clear about your worth. The more you uphold your standards, the more you teach others how to treat you. Remember, respect is a two-way street, but it starts with you. Refuse to tolerate behavior that diminishes your light, and watch how quickly your environment changes. Your dignity deserves protection. always. 2. Avoid emotional manipulation. Emotional manipulation is one of the most insidious ways people try to control others. It often begins subtly, a guilt trip here, a dramatic outburst there, or the strategic use of silence to make you question your actions. Manipulators know how to push buttons, making you feel responsible for their emotions while disregarding your own. The result? You're left drained, confused, and doubting your right to set boundaries. Here's the truth. No one has the right to control your emotions. The Stoics remind us that we are the guardians of our inner peace. As Epictetus wisely stated, no one can harm you unless you allow it. This applies perfectly to emotional manipulation. Recognizing it is the first step to breaking free. Manipulators often prey on your empathy, using it as a tool to bend you to their will. They may cry, exaggerate, or twist situations to make you feel like the bad guy. While compassion is a virtue, sacrificing your mental well-being for someone's games is not. To counter manipulation, learn to say no without guilt. Understand that setting boundaries is not an act of aggression, it's an act of self-care. When someone tries to guilt you into doing something that feels wrong, respond calmly but firmly. I can't do that, or that's not something I'm comfortable with. You don't owe anyone a long explanation. Refusing to engage in manipulative behavior can feel uncomfortable at first, especially if the person is close to you. But remember, you are not responsible for their reactions or emotions. Emotional manipulation thrives when you play along, but the moment you step out of the game, it loses its power. Your peace is your priority. By rejecting manipulation and maintaining your boundaries, you reclaim your freedom and reinforce your worth. Let others handle their emotions while you protect your own. 3. Reject physical and verbal violence. Violence, whether physical, verbal, or psychological, is never acceptable. It doesn't matter if it comes from a partner, friend, colleague, or even family. It's a direct violation of your peace, dignity, and sense of self. Unfortunately, violence often hides behind justifications like, "It was just a moment of anger," or "I didn't mean it that way." But let's be clear, no excuse can ever make it okay for someone to harm you, whether through their words, actions, or manipulative tactics. Physical violence is the most obvious form, but verbal and psychological violence can be just as damaging. Cutting remarks, degrading comments, gaslighting, and manipulative behavior slowly erode your confidence and self-esteem. Over time, these behaviors can leave scars that are just as deep as physical wounds. Stoic wisdom reminds us that while we cannot control how others act, we have the power to decide how we respond. In this case, the right response is to refuse to tolerate any behavior that diminishes your value or peace. Protecting yourself starts with setting firm boundaries. If someone raises their voice or makes you feel small, calmly but firmly say, "I won't engage in this conversation if it continues this way." If physical harm occurs, prioritize your safety by seeking support and removing yourself from the situation. Remember, walking away is not weakness. It's an act of courage and self-preservation. You deserve relationships that uplift and empower you, not ones that leave you feeling broken or unsafe. Surround yourself with people who respect your worth and value your presence. The moment you reject violence in all its forms, you take a powerful step toward reclaiming your peace and self-respect. 4. Do not accept lies. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, and lies are its greatest enemy. Even seemingly small deceptions can create cracks in trust, which, over time, can grow into insurmountable chasms. When someone lies to you, whether it's a friend, partner, or colleague, they're not just hiding the truth. They're also undermining the integrity of your connection. Once trust is broken, it's incredibly difficult to rebuild. Recognizing dishonesty is the first step to protecting yourself from its impact. Lies often come disguised as half-truths or convenient omissions. Pay attention to inconsistencies in stories or behaviors that don't align with words. Your intuition is often a powerful guide. If something feels off, it probably is. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value clarity and truth over illusion. As Seneca said, truth rarely spares the unready, but it always brings freedom. This freedom comes from living authentically and refusing to be trapped in someone else's web of deceit. When faced with lies, set clear boundaries. Communicate openly. Honesty is important to me, and I need transparency in this relationship. If the dishonesty persists, take action. Distance yourself from those who repeatedly deceive you, even if it's difficult. Loyalty to someone who habitually lies will only erode your peace and sense of security. Protecting yourself from dishonesty is not about being suspicious of everyone. It's about valuing your emotional well-being and refusing to tolerate behavior that compromises it. Choose relationships built on trust and integrity. Life is too short to be weighed down by the uncertainty and stress that lies bring. By rejecting dishonesty, you create space for authentic connections and a life rooted in truth. 5. Resist excessive control. Excessive control is a silent thief of freedom. It often begins with subtle suggestions or seemingly harmless opinions, but over time it grows into a suffocating force that dictates your choices and shapes your life into something unrecognizable. Whether it comes from a partner, a family member, or a boss, allowing someone else to control your decisions robs you of your individuality and the power to shape your own destiny. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of owning your path. As Epictetus reminds us, you are the master of your life, not the opinions or actions of others. This wisdom highlights that while others may try to influence or dominate, the ultimate power over your life lies in your hands. Recognizing control is the first step. It can be disguised as well-meaning advice or cloaked in concern for your well-being. But if someone's influence makes you doubt your ability to make your own choices, it's time to push back. Taking ownership of your life doesn't mean severing every connection. It means setting clear boundaries and ensuring your values guide your decisions. When faced with control, calmly but assertively express your intentions. I appreciate your input, but I've made my decision based on what feels right for me. This statement doesn't invite debate. It reinforces your autonomy. Freedom isn't just about resisting control. It's about embracing your unique vision for life. Trust your instincts, align your choices with your values, and prioritize your growth over the comfort of pleasing others. Remember, those who truly respect and care for you will encourage your independence, not stifle it. Life is too short to live under someone else's rules. Reclaim your power and walk your own path with confidence. 6. Stand against humiliation. Humiliation is one of the most insidious ways people attempt to diminish others. It can take many forms: a biting comment in public, a sarcastic remark in private, or even a dismissive gesture that leaves you questioning your worth. Regardless of how it manifests, the intent is always the same: to make you feel small, powerless, and undeserving of respect. But here's the truth: no one has the right to make you feel inferior. and accepting humiliation only perpetuates its destructive cycle. The Stoics understood the importance of protecting one's dignity. Epictetus wisely said, "If you are ever tempted to look for approval in others, remember that only your opinion of yourself truly matters." When someone tries to humiliate you, their actions reflect more about their insecurities than your worth. However, the power to stop the damage lies in how you respond. Standing against humiliation starts with recognizing it for what it is, a weapon designed to undermine your confidence. Instead of absorbing the hurt, let it reflect off your unshakable sense of self. Respond calmly but assertively, making it clear that such behavior is unacceptable. A simple, "That's not an appropriate way to address me," or "I don't appreciate comments like that," can set a firm boundary without escalating the situation. Protecting your dignity also means knowing when to walk away. Staying in environments or relationships where humiliation is normalized will only erode your self-esteem over time. Surround yourself with people who uplift and respect you, and let go of those who find joy in tearing others down. Your worth isn't determined by anyone else's words or actions. It's defined by how you carry yourself in the face of adversity. By standing against humiliation, you reclaim your power and reinforce your self-respect. Let your confidence shine, and never let anyone dim your light. 7. Avoid relationships lacking empathy. Empathy is the foundation of meaningful relationships. It allows two people to connect on a deeper level, offering support and understanding through life's ups and downs. But what happens when empathy is absent? Relationships without empathy can leave you feeling isolated, misunderstood, and undervalued. It's like opening your heart only to find a cold, unresponsive void in return. Imagine confiding in someone about your struggles, only to be met with dismissive comments like, "You're overreacting," or "It's not that big of a deal." These statements, while seemingly minor, can sting deeply, making you question the validity of your emotions. Over time, this lack of empathy erodes trust and creates a barrier that prevents genuine connection. Recognizing this pattern is crucial. A lack of empathy often signals a one-sided relationship where your needs and feelings are consistently overlooked. The Stoics remind us to value our inner peace and to not let external relationships disrupt it. As Epictetus said, "What troubles us is not the events themselves, but our judgment about them." Similarly, it's not always the absence of empathy that hurts the most, but how we allow it to impact our self-worth. So, what can you do? First, assess whether the person is willing to change. Honest communication is key. Express how their lack of empathy affects you and what you need from the relationship. If they're open to growth, there's potential for improvement. However, if their dismissive behavior continues, it may be time to reconsider their role in your life. Prioritize relationships that nurture you emotionally, where your feelings are validated and your struggles are met with compassion. Your time and energy are precious. By avoiding relationships lacking empathy, you create space for connections that enrich your life and foster mutual understanding. Choose wisely. Your peace depends on it. 8. Distinguish constructive criticism from destructive criticism. Criticism can either be a tool for growth or a weapon of harm. It all depends on its intent. Constructive criticism helps you see areas for improvement and provides actionable steps to grow. In contrast, destructive criticism is designed to tear you down, leaving you feeling inadequate and doubting your abilities. Knowing the difference between the two is essential for maintaining your self-worth and continuing your personal development. Constructive criticism often comes from a place of care and genuine interest in your success. It's thoughtful, specific, and solutions-oriented. For example, someone might say, "You did a great job, but if you adjust this one part, it could be even better." This kind of feedback, while not always easy to hear, pushes you toward improvement. Destructive criticism, on the other hand, is vague, harsh, and often driven by someone's insecurities. Comments like, "You'll never be good enough," or "Why even bother trying?" serve no purpose other than to belittle and discourage. The Stoics believed in maintaining emotional resilience, understanding that external judgments often reflect more about the critic than the one being criticized. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. When faced with criticism, pause and evaluate its intent. Ask yourself, does this feedback offer a clear path for improvement? Is it coming from someone I trust and respect? If the answer is yes, embrace it as an opportunity to grow. If not, let it roll off your back like water off a stone. Engaging with unwarranted negativity only drains your energy and detracts from your goals. Protect your self-worth by valuing constructive criticism and dismissing destructive remarks. Surround yourself with people who want to see you thrive and who offer support through their words and actions. Remember, not every opinion deserves your attention. Choose wisely where to invest your emotional energy. 9. Address indifference. Indifference in relationships can be as damaging as overt conflict. It manifests as being ignored, undervalued, or treated as an afterthought, leaving you feeling unimportant and disconnected. While subtle, the harm caused by indifference is profound, slowly chipping away at your self-esteem and emotional well-being. Imagine sharing something deeply personal with someone close to you, only to be met with a shrug or silence. Over time, these experiences accumulate, creating a void where trust and connection should thrive. Relationships are built on reciprocity. When one side consistently dismisses or ignores the other, imbalance and resentment take root. Addressing indifference starts with honest communication. Express your feelings clearly and assertively. Say things like, "I feel unheard when you don't respond," or "I need more engagement from this relationship." This is not about confrontation, but about advocating for the respect and attention you deserve. If the other person is willing to listen and adapt, there's hope for rebuilding a stronger, more meaningful bond. However, if indifference persists despite your efforts, it's important to evaluate the relationship's worth. The Stoics emphasized focusing on what you can control: your reactions, choices, and priorities. You cannot force someone to value you, but you can decide how much access they have to your energy and emotions. As Epictetus said, "It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them." In this context, recognize that their indifference is a reflection of them, not you. Seek relationships that nourish your spirit and validate your presence. Surround yourself with individuals who genuinely care, listen, and engage. By addressing indifference and setting boundaries, you reclaim your worth and ensure your relationships are both fulfilling and reciprocal. 10. Reject jealousy and control in relationships. Jealousy and control often masquerade as love, but their true nature is far from it. Healthy relationships thrive on mutual respect, trust, and freedom, not on possessiveness or attempts to dominate. Accepting jealousy or control in any form undermines your autonomy and creates a toxic dynamic that stifles growth for both individuals. Jealousy often manifests as subtle accusations, unnecessary restrictions, or unwarranted insecurity. It might sound like, "Why are you spending so much time with them?" or "You don't care about me if you prioritize other things." While these may seem like expressions of care, they are rooted in insecurity and an attempt to limit your freedom. Control takes this further by dictating how you spend your time, who you interact with, or even how you express yourself. True love, however, embraces individuality and supports personal growth. It encourages both partners to thrive independently while building a stronger bond together. As the Stoics remind us, freedom is a cornerstone of a balanced life. Marcus Aurelius noted, "Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight." In the context of relationships, this means allowing change and freedom instead of clinging to possessiveness. When confronted with jealousy or control, the first step is open dialogue. Gently but firmly address the behavior by saying, "I value our relationship, but I also need the freedom to grow and pursue my interests." Healthy love will respond with understanding and compromise, not defensiveness or further attempts at control. If the behavior continues despite your efforts, it's crucial to reassess the relationship. Love is not about ownership, it's about partnership. Surround yourself with people who respect your boundaries, celebrate your successes, and trust your intentions. By rejecting jealousy and control, you uphold your dignity and create space for relationships that nurture and empower you. Life doesn't care about your excuses, your dreams, or how much potential you think you have. It only responds to one thing: action. Stoicism teaches us that the key to a meaningful and successful life isn't waiting for motivation or the perfect conditions. It's about showing up every single day, regardless of how you feel. In a world filled with distractions and fleeting emotions, taking consistent action might feel like climbing a mountain. But here's the truth: every great achievement, every transformative moment begins with a single step, taken when you least feel like moving. This isn't about superhuman strength or endless willpower. It's about discipline, resilience, and focusing on what you can control. Today, we're diving deep into the Stoic mindset that will help you conquer procrastination, master your habits, and develop an unshakable ability to act, even when it's uncomfortable. Because in the end, it's not the intention or the planning that defines success. It's the relentless effort to move forward. So let's explore how to force yourself to take action day after day and build a life that's truly worth living. 1. Action is the key to success. Success isn't reserved for the smartest, the most talented, or even the luckiest. It belongs to those who show up and take consistent action day after day. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what is within your control, and there's nothing more in your control than your decision to act. The path to success isn't paved with grand gestures or sudden strokes of genius. It's built brick by brick through small, intentional actions. Think about it. The biggest accomplishments in life, whether it's building a business, mastering a skill, or transforming your health, aren't achieved in a day. They're the result of countless moments where you chose to act, even when it was hard. This is the essence of discipline, doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel. The key to turning this into a way of life is focusing on the process, not just the outcome. Every small action compounds over time, creating a ripple effect that builds momentum. This is what the Stoics referred to as virtue in action, living each day with intention and purpose. So, Don't wait for inspiration to strike. Instead, commit to the act itself. Whether it's writing one paragraph, making one call, or taking one step, your consistent efforts will eventually lead to success. Remember, action is the currency of progress. Without it, dreams remain ideas and goals stay out of reach. Start where you are, use what you have, and take action today. 2. Success doesn't depend on motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It's like a fair-weather friend, there when it's convenient, but quick to vanish when things get tough. The Stoics teach us not to depend on fleeting emotions or circumstances, but to root our actions in discipline and purpose. Success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or feeling inspired. It comes from acting regardless of how you feel. Here's the truth. Motivation often follows action, not the other way around. Think about the last time you didn't feel like exercising, but once you started, you felt energized and accomplished. That's because action creates momentum, and momentum builds motivation. Waiting to feel ready is just another form of procrastination. This is where habits come into play. Since willpower is finite, you can't rely on sheer determination alone to push you through every day. Instead, you need to design your life around systems and routines that make action automatic. Set clear, manageable steps and create an environment that encourages you to act. For example, if you want to write, leave your notebook open on your desk. If you want to exercise, set out your workout clothes the night before. When you stop relying on motivation and start building habits, you remove the mental friction that holds you back. Taking consistent action becomes second nature, even on days when your energy is low or your doubts creep in. Success isn't about waiting for inspiration. It's about making the decision to act again and again until it becomes who you are. 3. Start small. The idea of overhauling your entire life might sound exciting, but it's also overwhelming and often leads to burnout. Instead of aiming for massive, immediate change, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can do today. Small, consistent actions are the foundation of meaningful progress. Imagine planting a seed. You don't expect it to grow into a tree overnight. You nurture it daily, watering it and giving it sunlight, trusting the process. The same principle applies to your goals. Rather than trying to accomplish everything at once, break your aspirations into small, manageable steps that you can commit to every day. Whether it's writing 100 words, reading 10 pages, or meditating for 5 minutes, these small actions build momentum. Over time, these small habits compound, much like interest in a bank account. What feels insignificant today can create monumental change in a year. For instance, reading 10 pages daily might not seem like much, but in a year, that's 12 full books. Imagine the knowledge and growth you'd gain from such a simple habit. Starting small removes the excuse of, "I don't have time," or "it's too hard." Anyone can find a few minutes in their day to take a small step forward. The key is consistency. Small actions, repeated consistently, become habits. And habits, over time, transform your life. 4. Embrace imperfection. Perfection is an illusion that holds you back from achieving your potential. Stoicism reminds us to focus on what's within our control and accept that imperfection is a natural part of life. Waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect skill level is just procrastination in disguise. Imperfect action always beats perfect inaction. Every step you take, no matter how clumsy or incomplete, teaches you something valuable. It's through doing, and sometimes failing, that you grow and refine your skills. Consider a child learning to walk. They stumble and fall repeatedly, but each attempt brings them closer to mastery. The same principle applies to your goals. When you embrace imperfection, you free yourself from the fear of failure. Instead of worrying about doing it perfectly, focus on doing it at all. Write the messy first draft, take the awkward first step, or launch the idea that's not fully polished. Progress comes from iteration, not from waiting until everything is flawless. The Stoics believed in the importance of action over appearance. They understood that no one achieves mastery on their first try, and that growth is a process. Let go of the need to be perfect, and instead focus on showing up every day. The beauty of imperfection is that it allows you to move forward. When you take imperfect action, you're already ahead of those waiting for the perfect moment to begin. 5. Build unbreakable habits. Habits are the unsung heroes of success. They are the invisible force that shapes your daily life, moving you closer to your goals without requiring constant decision-making or willpower. Stoicism teaches us the importance of discipline, and habits are discipline in action. When something becomes a habit, it shifts from being a choice to an automatic behavior, making consistency far easier to maintain. Why are habits so powerful? Because willpower is finite. No matter how motivated or disciplined you feel, there will be days when your energy or focus wavers. On those days, habits act as your safety net. Imagine brushing your teeth. It's not something you need to think about or feel motivated to do. It's simply part of your routine. When you apply the same principle to your goals, you eliminate the mental friction that often prevents action. Start small and focus on consistency. Pick one habit that aligns with your long-term goals and commit to it daily. For example, if your goal is better health, begin with a habit like drinking a glass of water each morning. Over time, layer additional habits onto this foundation, such as a 10-minute workout or preparing healthy meals. The Stoic principle of self-discipline is at the core of habit building. By creating unbreakable habits, you remove the guesswork and emotional resistance from your actions. Instead of relying on fleeting motivation, you rely on a system that works for you. Remember, small, consistent habits lead to extraordinary results over time. 6. Develop an effective system. Goals are important because they give you direction, but it's your systems that determine whether or not you'll reach them. A goal is the destination, while a system is the vehicle that gets you there. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on the process rather than obsessing over the outcome. By creating effective systems, you ensure that your daily actions align with your long-term objectives. Here's the key difference, Trey. Goals rely on willpower, but systems rely on structure. For instance, if your goal is to write a book, simply stating that you'll write a book won't get you there. You need a system, such as writing 500 words every morning or dedicating 1 hour each evening to drafting. This removes the decision-making process, ensuring that you take consistent action regardless of your mood or circumstances. An effective system breaks your goals into manageable, repeatable tasks. It minimizes distractions and creates an environment that supports your efforts. For example, if your goal is to eat healthier, your system might involve meal prepping every Sunday, keeping nutritious snacks on hand, and eliminating junk food from your kitchen. When you focus on the system, success becomes inevitable. Each day's work might feel small, but over time, it compounds into significant progress. The Stoic approach to life teaches us to concentrate on what we can control, our actions and routines, rather than worrying about outcomes. By developing effective systems, you remove the need to rely on fleeting emotions like motivation and instead create a sustainable path to success. 7. Be patient and trust the process. In a world that values instant gratification, patience is a rare virtue. However, the greatest achievements in life require time, persistence, and unwavering trust in the process. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's often the result of years of effort, much like bamboo. For the first few years of its life, bamboo grows almost entirely underground, building a complex root system that will eventually support its rapid upward growth. When the time is right, it shoots up seemingly overnight. Your journey to success works the same way. Many people quit too soon because they don't see immediate results. But just because progress isn't visible doesn't mean it isn't happening. Every small action you take, every skill you practice, every piece of knowledge you acquire is contributing to a foundation that will one day support incredible growth. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the effort rather than the outcome, trusting that consistent action will yield rewards in time. Patience isn't passive, it's an active form of perseverance. It's showing up every day, even when results seem far off. If you're building a business, trust that the long hours and sacrifices will pay off. If you're pursuing fitness, trust that each workout and healthy meal is moving you closer to your goal. Remember, the process itself is valuable. It molds your character, sharpens your discipline, and prepares you for the challenges ahead. Stay consistent, keep faith in your unseen growth, and let patience be your guide. Face your fears. Fear is a natural part of growth. It signals the edges of your comfort zone and highlights areas where you have the potential to expand. While fear can paralyze you if left unchecked, it can also become a powerful compass, guiding you toward personal and professional breakthroughs. Stoicism encourages us to confront fear with courage, reminding us that bravery isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in spite of it. Ask yourself, what am I avoiding because it scares me? It could be public speaking, starting a business, or addressing a difficult relationship. Whatever it is, recognize that avoiding fear only gives it more power. By facing it head-on, you weaken its grip and gain confidence in your ability to handle adversity. The Stoic philosopher Seneca advised, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Often the act of fearing something is worse than the event itself. Taking action diminishes fear because it replaces uncertainty with experience. For example, the fear of failure might stop you from pursuing a new opportunity, but trying and learning, whether you succeed or fail, removes the mystery and teaches you valuable lessons. Start small. Take incremental steps toward the things you fear. If you fear rejection, practice hearing no in low-stakes situations. If you fear failure, reframe it as feedback for growth. The more you face your fears, the more resilient and courageous you become. Fear is not your enemy. It's an invitation to grow. Accept it, act on it, and transform it into a source of strength. 9. Surround yourself with a supportive environment. Your environment plays a pivotal role in shaping your actions and mindset. The people, places, and things you surround yourself with either propel you toward your goals or hold you back. A supportive environment doesn't just happen by chance. It requires intentional effort to cultivate. Start with the people around you. Are they encouraging you to grow, or are they dragging you down with negativity? Stoicism emphasizes the importance of choosing your companions wisely. Surround yourself with individuals who share your values, challenge you to be better, and celebrate your successes. These are the people who will hold you accountable, offer constructive feedback, and lift you up during tough times. If your current social circle isn't supportive, seek out communities aligned with your goals, be it fitness groups, professional networks, or online forums. Your physical environment also matters. If your goal is to write, create a workspace free from distractions and filled with inspiration. If you're aiming for healthier habits, stock your kitchen with nutritious foods and keep workout gear easily accessible. Make it easier to take positive actions by designing an environment that aligns with your ambitions. Even small changes can have a significant impact. Place books where you'll see them, set reminders on your phone for productive habits, or decorate your space with motivational quotes. Every aspect of your environment should work in harmony to keep you focused and driven. Remember, when your surroundings support your goals, consistency becomes second nature. 10. Celebrate small wins. In the pursuit of big goals, it's easy to overlook the importance of small victories. However, recognizing and celebrating these milestones is essential for maintaining motivation and momentum. Stoicism teaches us to focus on progress rather than perfection, and small wins are tangible proof that you're moving in the right direction. Every time you achieve something, no matter how minor it may seem, you're reinforcing the behaviors and habits that lead to success. For example, if you're trying to build a daily writing habit, completing even a single paragraph is worth celebrating. If you're on a fitness journey, each healthy meal or completed workout is a step closer to your goal. These small accomplishments build confidence and create a positive feedback loop that motivates you to keep going. Celebrations don't need to be extravagant. Treat yourself to your favorite coffee, take a few moments to acknowledge your hard work, or share your progress with a supportive friend. The act of celebrating creates an emotional reward, making it more likely that you'll repeat the behavior. Moreover, small wins often compound into larger successes. Reading 10 pages a day adds up to several books in a year. Saving a little each month builds a financial safety net. These incremental victories may seem insignificant at first, but they pave the way for transformative change over time. Don't wait for the big finish to celebrate. Embrace every small step forward as an opportunity to acknowledge your effort and stay motivated for the journey ahead. 11. Find your why. Understanding your why is the cornerstone of resilience and consistent action. When challenges arise and your motivation wanes, a powerful reason rooted in your deepest desires will keep you moving forward. Stoicism teaches us to align our actions with purpose. Without a clear why, it's easy to lose direction and give in to distractions. Your why should be deeply personal and meaningful. Superficial motivations, like impressing others or seeking fleeting rewards, won't sustain you during difficult times. Instead, dig deep. What truly matters to you? Perhaps it's providing a better life for your family, achieving financial freedom, or living authentically in alignment with your values. Whatever it is, your why must be compelling enough to outweigh excuses and fears. To keep your why front and center, integrate it into your daily life. Start each morning by reflecting on your goals. Visualize what success looks like and how it will feel when you achieve it. Write your why down and place it where you'll see it often, on your desk, your phone's lock screen, or even in a journal. The more you connect with your purpose, the stronger your resolve becomes. When challenges arise, remind yourself of your why. It will act as a compass, guiding you through moments of doubt. As Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." Use your why to filter out distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. 12. Avoid perfectionism. Perfectionism often masquerades as a desire for excellence, but in reality, it's one of the most insidious forms of procrastination. Waiting for the perfect moment, the ideal conditions, or complete readiness is a trap that keeps you from taking action. The truth is, there will never be a perfect time. Progress comes from starting where you are with what you have. The Stoics emphasized taking practical action over idealizing unattainable standards. Instead of over-planning or endlessly refining your approach, focus on doing the work. Your first steps might be clumsy, and the results may fall short of your expectations, but that's part of the process. It's through imperfection that growth and learning occur. Think of perfectionism as a form of fear. Fear of failure, criticism, or falling short. By embracing imperfection, you free yourself from these paralyzing doubts. Start small. If you're launching a project, begin with a draft. If you're pursuing a fitness goal, commit to a simple workout. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Perfectionism also blinds you to the value of incremental progress. Success isn't about executing flawlessly from the start. It's about showing up consistently and improving over time. As the saying goes, done is better than perfect. Remember, every expert once started as a beginner. They didn't wait for perfection. They acted, learned, and adjusted along the way. Embrace imperfection, trust the process, and take the first step today. 13. Rest and recover. While consistent action is essential for success, rest and recovery are just as important. In a world that constantly demands more from us, it's easy to fall into the trap of pushing yourself relentlessly. However, you're not a machine. Your body and mind need time to recharge. Overworking leads to burnout, decreased performance, and a lack of motivation, ultimately hindering your long-term success. In Stoic philosophy, there's a clear understanding that balance is key. The Stoics taught the value of moderation, even in our efforts to achieve greatness. Success is a marathon, not a sprint. If you expect to keep going at full speed without taking breaks, you will eventually run out of energy and willpower. To maintain your momentum and effectiveness, schedule regular times for rest and rejuvenation. This could mean taking a day off each week, prioritizing quality sleep, or taking short breaks throughout the day to recharge. It's not about being lazy, it's about being strategic. When you allow your body and mind to rest, you come back stronger, more focused, and ready to take on the next challenge. In the long run, your success will depend on your ability to sustain consistent effort over time. By integrating rest into your routine, you ensure that you can keep showing up day after day without burning out. Remember, even the most productive people know when to step back and recover, so don't underestimate the power of rest. 14. Track your progress. Tracking your progress is one of the most powerful ways to stay motivated and focused on your goals. It's easy to become discouraged when results aren't immediately visible, but measuring your progress provides both clarity and momentum. Stoicism teaches us to reflect on our actions, understand where we are, and adjust where necessary. Tracking your progress allows you to do just that, and it keeps you grounded in reality. When you track your progress, you create a visual representation of your efforts. Whether you use a habit tracker, a journal, or digital tools, having a clear record of your progress helps you recognize how far you've come. This is particularly crucial on days when you feel like you're not making any headway. Seeing the incremental steps you've taken can help you realize that success is a result of consistent, daily actions, not sudden leaps forward. In addition to tracking, celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. These little victories fuel your motivation and reinforce the importance of consistency. As Marcus Aurelius put it, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. By tracking your achievements, you stay focused on the positive and the progress you've made, rather than on what's left to do. Track your progress regularly and use the data to refine your methods. Success is built on a foundation of self-awareness and continuous improvement. 15. Avoid comparison. One of the biggest barriers to progress is comparing yourself to others. In today's world of social media, it's easy to look at other people's successes and feel like you're falling behind. However, comparison is a trap that keeps you stuck. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, emphasized the importance of focusing on your own journey and accepting the things you cannot control. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Ask yourself, are you better than you were yesterday? Are you moving forward in your own life? Progress is personal and unique to each individual. Your journey is different from anyone else's, and your growth is your own responsibility. By focusing on your own path, you give yourself the space to learn and grow without the unnecessary pressure of competing with others. Celebrate your personal milestones and victories, no matter how small they may seem. Your progress isn't a race. It's a continuous, evolving process. By avoiding comparison, you can stay grounded in your own development and build a more fulfilling, authentic life. Remember, you're not meant to be like anyone else. You're meant to be the best version of yourself. As you continue to focus on your growth, you'll begin to realize that the only competition that matters is the one with yourself. 16. Act without motivation. Waiting for motivation to strike before taking action is one of the most common forms of procrastination. The truth is, motivation doesn't always come when you want it to. It's easy to tell yourself you'll take action when you feel like it or when the timing is right. But the reality is that motivation often follows action, not the other way around. As the Stoics taught, action is what shapes your progress, not your emotional state. Don't wait for some magical burst of inspiration. Start with what you have, where you are, and take the first step. Once you begin, momentum builds. Your actions will create motivation because you'll see that you're capable of moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. If you wait for the perfect moment or the perfect feeling to act, you will delay your progress indefinitely. Instead, commit to starting now. Even if it feels hard, even if it's uncomfortable, take action. The Stoic practice of amor fati, love of fate, reminds us to embrace whatever comes our way and make the best of it. Your feelings will follow your actions, and before you know it, you'll find yourself motivated by the very steps you took. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect spark of motivation. It's about consistently choosing to act, even when you don't feel like it. So, start today and let your actions lead the way. 17. Embrace flexibility. While consistency is crucial to achieving success, flexibility is equally important. Life doesn't always unfold according to plan, and the ability to adapt to unexpected changes is what separates those who thrive from those who stagnate. The Stoics understood that the only thing we can truly control is our response to external events. By practicing flexibility, we can stay focused on our long-term goals, even when the road ahead takes an unexpected turn. Imagine you've set a course toward a specific goal, but suddenly circumstances change. Perhaps a new opportunity arises, or an obstacle appears that you hadn't anticipated. Instead of getting frustrated or derailed by the shift, embrace it as part of your journey. Adjust your approach, keep your eyes on the final destination, and continue moving forward. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It means finding new, creative ways to reach them when the original path becomes less viable. It's about adjusting your methods and remaining open to change without losing sight of the big picture. By embracing flexibility, you allow yourself to be resourceful and resilient, learning and growing from every twist and turn life throws at you. Remember the Stoic principle of memento mori. Remember that you will die, encourages us to use our time wisely, making the most of every opportunity. Life is full of uncertainty, and the ability to adapt is what enables us to move forward despite the unpredictability. 18. Stop waiting for permission. Too often, people wait for external validation before they take action toward their dreams. They look for approval from others, whether it's their boss, family, or friends, before they feel it's okay to move forward. But the truth is, you don't need anyone's permission to pursue your dreams. The only permission you need is your own. The Stoics taught that self-reliance and independence were essential qualities for personal growth. Waiting for external approval only holds you back and delays your progress. You are the only one who knows what you truly want and what you're capable of achieving. It's up to you to decide to take action, regardless of what others think or say. By giving yourself permission to act, you take control of your future. Stop looking to others for permission or validation. Trust in your abilities, believe in your dreams, and take the first step, no matter how small. Every action you take, every decision you make, brings you closer to your goals. Remember, the most successful people in history didn't wait for anyone's approval. They trusted themselves, and that trust is what propelled them to take risks, face challenges, and ultimately succeed. You have the same power within you. Stop waiting. Give yourself permission to move forward and make your dreams a reality today. 19. Change your mindset. Your mindset plays a crucial role in shaping your actions and ultimately your success. The thoughts you believe about yourself, your abilities, and the world around you directly influence the actions you take. If you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough or that success is out of reach, you will struggle to take the necessary steps to achieve your goals. However, if you replace these limiting beliefs with empowering ones, your behavior and outcomes will align with your potential. Changing your mindset starts with awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts that come up, especially when faced with challenges or setbacks. Are you quick to assume that failure is inevitable, or do you believe that you can learn and grow from every experience? By consciously shifting your focus to positive, growth-oriented thoughts, you begin to reprogram your mind to act in alignment with your goals. The Stoics understood the power of the mind and believed that the way we think determines the way we live. Marcus Aurelius, for example, emphasized the importance of controlling our thoughts to remain peaceful and resilient in the face of hardship. Replacing negative, self-defeating thoughts with affirmations of self-belief and possibility opens the door to the actions needed to succeed. Remember, your mindset is not fixed. It's something you can actively shape to propel you toward your dreams. 20. Success lies in daily actions. Many people believe that success requires huge, dramatic actions or overnight breakthroughs. In reality, success is built on the foundation of small, consistent actions taken every single day. It's the seemingly insignificant tasks done day in and day out that add up over time to produce remarkable results. Rather than focusing on achieving everything at once, break down your goals into manageable daily steps. Whether it's reading a book, writing a paragraph, making one sales call, or working out for 30 minutes, these small actions compound over time, creating momentum that propels you forward. Every day that you take action, you're building your future success. The Stoics teach us that it's the consistency of effort, rather than the enormity of the task, that determines long-term success. Epictetus, for instance, famously said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This mastery is achieved through consistent, disciplined actions, not grand gestures. Even on days when motivation is low or obstacles arise, the key is to continue taking those small steps. Success doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or the right inspiration. It comes from showing up every day, no matter the circumstances. Consistency, even in the face of difficulty, is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. So, commit to daily action and watch as small efforts lead to big rewards over time. And there you have it, the ultimate guide to Stoicism for a happier life in 2025. Remember, it's not about waiting for happiness to come to you. It's about embracing the power of your thoughts, your actions, and your mindset. By living according to Stoic principles, you can take control of your emotions, face challenges with resilience, and cultivate lasting peace and contentment. If you found value in this guide, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of like-minded individuals committed to personal growth and fulfillment. Also, drop a comment below. Let us know what Stoic principle resonates with you the most, or how you're planning to apply Stoicism in your life this year. Your thoughts and feedback are always welcome. Stay focused, stay resilient, and make 2025 your best year yet. Until next time.